everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Yo, what it is? What it is, y'all? What it is, y'all? No, y'all, I didn't get hacked. What's going on, y'all? Okay, I didn't get hacked. Okay. Hi, everybody. It's Thursday, girl. The Ooh Ladies First panel is tonight on Nisi's channel. Make sure you come through. I'm glad you brought it up, though. So Alexander Rogers, okay, one of my good friends, my mutuals, okay, my other YouTube loves, he got an email, like an opportunity, and it was a phishing email. That's they're getting better and better. Chat GPT really does help people scam way better. Where all my scamming ass niggas at? They're also in your emails, offering you really great opportunities so that they can fish your email, get your password, and then take over your YouTube channel so that they can take your money, girl. It's a lot. It's a lot. But no, I want y'all to make sure that y'all go and follow Alexander Rogers' new channel, okay? It's called The Allegedly Show. I posted it on my community page. Please, everybody that's watching, if you are also, a fan of Alex's, even if you're not, go over there and subscribe, please, y'all, so that, everybody will know where he is so he can get some of his shit back. Because, girl, the way I would have to sell ass, I'm just playing. I'm married. I'm already selling ass. It's a joke, y'all. But technically, okay, man means money. Okay, man means money. So yeah, no, I want my friend to get his stuff back. Hopefully, they will get it back for him because it was a phishing situation. So we shall see. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I found an old lipstick that I had that I didn't know I had, girl. I had to go pull it out the bag. I was like, well, right, I had another fancy. Okay. I'm about to work out after this, girl. I was just listening to a little bit of the emotions. Oh my God. I don't know if y'all are on the emotions, but y'all should get on the emotions. Child, let me see if they're gonna give me a copyright strike. If right, ooh, rejoice. Rejoice. Yes. Thank you, Tina. Thank you so much. Hey, girl. Let's see. My sister asked about my secondary income. I said, yes, my husband. Listen, I don't know what you think we want. Teamwork, dream work. That's what's happening. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the show, everybody. I hope y'all are having a good day. If not, I hope I can help. Okay, I hope I can help. We'll see, though. Okay, because a lot of the times I just end up cursing people out. Okay, I hope you know I curse you out with love. Okay, now we talked a little bit about Jay-Z yesterday, but I want to go back. Okay, the other day, child. Whenever we talked about that nigga, I did not cover everything that everybody was saying about his show, right? Because there've been several shows. It's been several shows. He had Rihanna come out. He had Tiana Taylor come out. And I heard today he was supposed to have Foxy Brown come out, but Foxy Brown, she kind of lost her nerve and decided not to come out. And I'm like, really? You couldn't come out and hit us with the "I'll be good"? Listen, all right. Anyway, also, I do feel like y'all give Foxy Brown a little bit too much. I'm not even going to front on you. I like Foxy, and I think she's a dope rapper, but I heard somebody say Foxy will come out here and kill all of these new rap girls. And I said, who you talking about? Girl, I was like, Foxy come out and kill who? Who you talking about? Carisha? Who you talking about, JT? You talking about, who you talking about? Specifically, put a name on it. I want to know, because who you think Foxy gonna come out and kill today? Let me know. All right? Not nobody in my, listen. And then I saw Glorilla came out with a new song. Now y'all didn't say this sound like the last song. Y'all was not, I thought it was cute. Me, when they was on the beach, okay? Why she can't? She trying to give y'all a song of the summer that's not about, you know, scamming and stealing and shit. We going back to popping pussy, bitch. Girl, they be talking about Foxy Brown, girl. That I was like, Foxy Brown? I don't know. I feel like maybe it's just me because I'm not, you know, like during that era of New York music, that shit would trickle down. But if y'all knew how the Hot Boys and No Limit Soldiers had Louisiana on lock, bitch, okay? If y'all, bitch, if you didn't make it to the box, if all of your songs did not make it to like a video, we did not hear about it, girl, okay? A lot of the times, we was just on what we was on down here. If you made it to us, then you was hot. But a lot of the time, you know, and I'm not saying because Foxy made it to us, but I'm saying I just don't remember her having that much music for y'all to be feeling the way y'all be feeling sometimes about her. That's all. That's all. It was like, because the way y'all used to be like, oh, Foxy was better than Kim. I said, based on what? Bitch, based on what? Cause they both was to me it was the same shit. It was just like the real dark skin version and the brown skin version that doesn't want to be dark skin. They would like pretty much okay. They both was giving, whew, you know what I'm saying? Whew. They, you know, like listen. Now y'all know Louisiana and Texas are the same place. There's, you know, like somewhat when it comes to food and music and shit. Like it's a lot of the same culture between New Orleans and Houston. Like we about the, you know, we right up in here. We right up and through here together. Okay, if we get the bad weather, you gonna get the bad weather. We got crawfish, you got crawfish. Okay? Niggas leave New Orleans and go live there. And then they come back to New Orleans to have fun. And then they go back home. But thank you. I feel like Kim and Foxy rap the same. But either way, I'm sad that she didn't go out. I also feel like we're not being honest about the fact that Foxy might not be as mentally stable and why that is. Because everybody acts like niggas wasn't being flawed. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was being flawed when it came to the rap business back in the day. And so I just kind of feel like, you know, it's just like when Diddy came out with the reunion tour. And it was meant to make it seem as if everybody he used to have beef with was cool with him now. And I'm like, people want their opportunity. People want their money. A lot of the people that was in the industry in the 90s that got kicked out, a lot of them, you know, or, you know, fell off, whatever you want to call it. A lot of them, I feel like, had a lot of angst about that because there are people that are still popping from their era or that still get a lot of prestige. So I do feel like some of the people that was under these niggas be looking for their opportunity, and I'm not mad at them about it, but Memphis Bleak, nobody, did y'all see Memphis? Girl, let's get into this first, because this wasn't the only person that I saw say this. But Memphis, I saw Memphis Bleak this morning, and when I tell you it was giving Gawk Gawk 3000 on this motherfucker, and I just kind of feel like people don't pay attention to the fact that Jay might have been moving in a similar way to Diddy, to where you had all of these artists under you and you quietly did them dirty and then they just went away. You know what I mean? And we don't know what really happened. And now you want to start bringing all of these people back that for years you've had beef with, right? And it's supposed to, you know, times have changed. We all came back together. We didn't mended fences and shit. And I'm like, that's what Diddy did with the reunion tour that used to be on Netflix. Y'all remember 2017, 2018, right before Kim died, because she was the executive producer on that project. That was one of them times I was like, oh, they finally let Kim out the house? Yeah, I remember that. So yeah, y'all, the people were saying that during that first show, Jay-Z must have like said something on stage that made everybody think the show was over and it wasn't, and then they couldn't get back in. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Yo, Rock Nation, Jay-Z just told me I'm not allowed into the concert. Like, I bought front row tickets, like row 1, seat 3, like row 1, seat 3, and I can't get in the show. It's crazy. Excuse me, bro.
Yeah, you gotta leave the premises, bro.
I gotta leave the premises. I gotta leave the premises a Yankee Stadium because I can't get in. For no, they won't tell me what.
They're not even talking about it.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yo, I can't see Jay, man.
Yo, row one, bleachers left, $2,776.
Hey, yo.
I need to start selling reels. My God.
Bro, they really won't let me in this joint, man. That's crazy, man. They treated me like a criminal in there, like. Damn, I gotta go back to DC, man. Guess I gotta open up the calendar tomorrow.
I paid $3,000 for front row seats to see Jay-Z at Yankee Stadium and was kicked out before I got in. They acted like security was taking me to my seat and then took me to 2 police officers and said I'm not allowed into Rock Nation events. I thought they was taking me to meet Hove. They didn't even tell me what. Security told me I would be refunded. This hurt worse than my last breakup. Why y'all treating me like animal? Excuse me, Miss Fufu, but when I met you, you was dead broke. Listen. Everything happens for a reason, I guess. I guess I wasn't supposed to be there. Why does this feel personal? Y'all, that's crazy. This is a different situation than the other situation that I heard, which was a young lady that said Jay-Z made some type of announcement. And then everybody like started leaving. Yeah, I don't know what is really hood. I don't know what's going on. But that's weird, ain't it? Yes, it was weird. I was watching TikTok. Hobby, once you leave a venue, it's usually no re-entry, far as I know. Guess not. Smiling doesn't always mean happy, y'all. Y'all should know that. Jigga Man, why you treat me like an animal? He not telling the whole story. Y'all think he not telling the whole story? Let me see if I can find that other post, because I didn't even save it, because I didn't really care like that. Let's see. Not Jay-Z had losers at his concert. Wait, goddamn. Jay-Z fans with no tickets rush the gates, caused 3-hour delay. Wow. Not y'all rushing the gates. And y'all, I'm telling y'all right now, I don't know what's wrong with this generation. Because y'all know y'all asses is old, right? Y'all know this is some old hoes, right? Y'all, why they... What is going on? Y'all, that's wild. Let me see. Hold up. Did anybody else say something about getting kicked out? I don't know why. I don't know. Is that the same? Y'all, is that the saxophones from when Ricky got shot? Because that's what I be thinking about when I hear saxophones. Dun, na, na. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
So, I'm doing this review for this shitty ass concert at Yankee Stadium. I actually thought a concert couldn't be worse than the Cowboy Carter one. But the only thing that was bad with the Cowboy Carter one was the heat. Everything else was out of her control, you know, and the stadium was tiny, but the show was fantastic. It started on time. We got to actually get inside the stadium. We stood outside that damn Yankee Stadium for 5 hours. All the money people paid to see that show, and they had us standing out there in these metal things for hours like cattle. The police officers that was out in front of our door looked like they was 12 years old. They was completely incompetent, spent the whole time on their phone or laughing and talking with each other. Every time we asked them for information about the show or what was going on, they knew nothing. Nothing at all. Didn't know. And it's probably people still standing out there just looking mad disappointed. For this to be Jay-Z's hometown and for Yankee Stadium to go out like this, y'all, that shit was janky on some bootleg poppy store fucking bullshit.
Whoa.
I mean, Yankee Stadium need to be ashamed.
Child, they going in on the people. What's this? Security breach. The fire department was there. This is from Sunday. Y'all, that's wild. When I tell you I'm not standing outside that long, I'm not standing outside that long. He apologized.
Explain the delay to you guys.
That's why that show was still on at 1 o'clock in the morning. Because I was on TikTok and people was, they go live at the concert. So I'm like, bitch, it's 1:30 in the morning.
It was like 10,000 people outside. And they closed all the doors, so somebody rushed the door and they closed the door. For you guys' safety and everybody's safety outside. There's 10,000 people outside. I don't want to start music and people get trampled. So I know, really sorry for the inconvenience, but I have to make sure everybody's okay. So I appreciate your patience.
Okay. Child. I wish I could find the one where the girl said that, they was in there already and then he made an announcement. They left and then nobody was asked, they couldn't get back inside.
Sunday, after fans rushed the gates, Jay-Z's extra innings show at Yankee Stadium was delayed for hours. I was there and it was wild, but I have a few questions. Who decides whether that show goes on or not? If there's a price associated, how much was that cost? And has anything like this happened before? So I went around the newsroom to ask my colleagues.
It's unclear if the city's noise ordinance laws apply to Yankee Stadium. There's something about the height of the walls and the sort of angle of the roof that keeps the din of amplified music inside. When you have permission, amplified music can be at like 70 decibels, which even in itself is not that loud. So there's no doubt that this law gets exceeded by concerts all the time. It's just that with something as high profile as Jay-Z's concert, there was probably some behind the scenes calls being made and some special permissions being granted to allow them to go on stage. You think about Yankee Stadium and its position in the city, in the Bronx, it's next to a highway, it's next to multiple elevated train lines. If there's rattling of people's windows, it's happening whether there's a Jay-Z concert or not. Just depends whether it happened at 1 a.m. on Sunday night.
In certain scenarios, the city has the ability to waive a noise ordinance fee. For example, Chris Lake took the stage under the Cape Bridge. The Knicks won the final that evening, and the mayor's office called the promoter to extend the curfew by a half hour.
There's been some online chatter whether the folks at Jay-Z's third Yankee Stadium show might have a recourse for reimbursement or some sort of legal maneuvering to get money back. Based on legal precedent, that's probably not anything they can really do. When people filed a similar lawsuit, when Madonna started her Barclays show 2 hours late, it ended up getting entirely dismissed. And for the Madonna show, there was not as much justifiable reason for a delay as there was here. So if anything, there's probably not much.
For every instance, like a Jay-Z at Yankee.
Yeah, okay. I'm good off that. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It's a lot going on with that, though. So on top of that, also Tiana Taylor, y'all. That was another portion of this that I didn't get a chance to talk about, was them saying that Tiana Taylor performance was terrible. And really, I'm like, no, the mic wasn't on. It sounds like her mic wasn't up enough. What's it giving? Tiana Taylor shares videos of her singing Can't Knock the Hustle after experiencing sound issues because y'all were saying she couldn't sing. The sound in in-ear said not today, but guess what? The gratitude was louder than any mic could ever be. I may not have been able to hear a damn thing, but one thing I could do was see. I got to see this little Harlem girl stand beside the GOAT in Yankee Stadium in front of over 40,000 people who showed so much love.
But until then lately, I'm the one who's crazy about the way I'm making me feel.
Yeah, I don't know why y'all be acting like Tiana can't sing. Tiana can sing, y'all. It was a sound issue. Nigga talking about the sound issue was coming from her throat. No, it was not. No, it was not, y'all. She sounded like that on stage, but the mic wasn't loud enough. I don't know why y'all giving that lady such a hard time about this. Y'all was dragging the piss out that lady. I saw the comments. I'm like, why y'all so mean to Tiana? Y'all got Tiana having to get up and walk around, walk around her dressing room and sing so y'all would know she could really. I don't prove nothing to you bitches. I know how to sing. Man, it's a tough crowd. It's a tough crowd, y'all. That's what it's giving. It sound like I listened to it, y'all, and it sounded like it was a mic issue, not a her issue. Let me pull it up for y'all. I just didn't want to play the music because y'all know copyright strikes. Copyright strikes. Yeah, that's a mic issue, y'all. Look at that. Yeah, it's almost like whatever mic is picking her up, it's not the mic she's holding. Or it's really low. But her vibe was everything. Her vibe was everything, but to me, it was the... Yeah, it was definitely given maybe it was a speaker issue. Like whatever her mic was supposed to be going through, she can't, not only can she not hear herself, but we can barely hear her. This is not a her issue. I don't know why y'all gotta make they say it's in her voice. It was the mic, y'all. That's obvious. I don't know why people go. They are dragged. Do you hear me? They are dragging the young lady. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why the people are acting like this. People are very, very hostile these days. Okay, and I blame Trump. Okay, that's who I blame. I blame Trump for all of this hostility that's going on. Okay. Let's go ahead and continue through the show. Y'all, Kiki Wyatt got another man at home. This one, I don't think it's her cousin, but y'all let me know. Kiki got a man. She keeps a man. She keeps a man. Do you hear me? Keeps a man. And I mean, it's not like it's hard. I'm saying that because sometimes it feels like you should take like a year or two off from some dick. Like maybe you should take a year or two off. You know what I mean? Let's see. She might not keep them, but they're still giving her a wedding band and more kids. Tie them tubes this time. There is no way she is healed from the last man or the one before that. This is not goals. It's trauma-based. Just like all them fucking kids is trauma-based. She needs to give that pocketbook a break. I thought it was a pregnancy announcement. Bitch, it better not be. The Lord done told you and your old ass ovaries to sit the fuck down. Stop. Stop. In the name of the Lord. Stop. Lord have mercy. I don't understand why every up in her life, if she has a new... I don't understand why everybody up in her life, if she has a new man every day, that is her business. And a comment incapable of spending time without a man, attention, love yourself. How y'all know she don't love herself? Maybe y'all should try to be under a man. It may do some good, but not my business. Go on, Kiki. Yeah, this is a dumbass comment. This is a dumbass comment. You don't understand because you're dumb. Child, it's talking about try some time up under a man. Girl, shut the fuck up. Don't be telling nobody to be under no man. Are you crazy? You must be crazy. You must be crazy. And with the, I can't stand when people want to defend somebody and tell us how we don't know. We don't know. Girl, shut the fuck up. What we do know after all of these years is every time she get a new man, she posting and putting us all in the business. She also somebody that loves a reality show. Her children also come out, and every time she get out of relationship with one of these fuck-ass niggas, they somewhere sitting in front of a camera with a microphone letting y'all know about how they surviving fucking Kiki Wyatt. That's why we know. That's why we in the business. The fuck? Tired of people acting like they don't know why we in the business because people invite us in they fucking business. What you talking about? Y'all just be defending yourselves. Y'all see a woman that reminds you of yourself. You used to feel good about the fact that you always kept a man rinsing, repeating, and then out your fucking life. And now somebody in the comments like, girl, you don't love yourself if you living like this. Now you feeling like a hit dog hollering. This is not about you, Diane. Okay? Or whatever the fuck your name is. This is not about you, bitch. Okay? We don't know you all your life, okay? This is about Kiki Wyatt, who very much loves to give us all of the information on her life, okay? Talking about I'm not mad at her. You need to be mad at her. She has young children, and she keeps rinsing and repeating niggas. You should be slightly upset at somebody that got like 11 children and keep recycling daddies for them in and out their fucking life. You should be have a little pause. Just a little bit. Yes, let's normalize not being male-centered. Please. Please. Jeez Louise. All right. Young Miami. Where all my scamming ass bitches at right here. Listen, Young Miami. Yes, she pulled out a rapper boss man D-Lo's tour at the last minute, forcing shows to be postponed. I wonder what happened. Girl. That's so unfortunate. That is so unfortunate. Let me see. Damn, I forgot Tiana Taylor said something. Child, yeah, I covered it enough. We ain't got to go through all of that. I saw some father gods in there. Like, all right, girl, we don't have to do paragraphs and prayers about a mic issue. It's okay. Miami, where'd she go? Here we go. Okay. Because I think she responded. Yes. My yams, that's what she call her girls, the yams, okay? Listen, because, they want y'all to be sweet. And like when you bust open a sweet potato and you move a spoon around in it and it sounds like mac and cheese, that's what the hoes want, okay? My yams, sadly, I have an update that I won't be on the Motion Party tour anymore. Thanks so much, Boss Man D-Lo, and wishing you all the best on the new dates. I'm so disappointed because I really was looking forward to turning it up with y'all, but I know y'all want this album. So I really got to lock in to get it finished. These deadlines on my ass, but y'all gonna love this new music. Thank y'all for running Spin That all the way up. Am I the only one that feels like this is kind of like unprofessional? Girl, how the fuck you drop out of a tour last minute about an album you was already about to... Girl, I don't know what's going on. But that reasoning don't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? That reasoning don't really make sense to me when you think about it, y'all. So let me get this straight. You signed on to do a show. And then in the middle, because weren't you doing your album this entire time? And now you're like, oh wait, I need to go lock in on my album. Don't worry about that tour shit. And then it'd be different. It would be different if he did not have to postpone the entire tour because she's now not going to be on the tour. That's crazy. Yeah, it's me. Sheena said, nah, see, this is why go ahead and bring Diamond. It's all good. Hell, bring Ice Spice. I like y'all song. Hopefully he didn't find out with the rest of the world. The internet is not a binding contract or a job call off area. Nah, he knew before. Album gonna have 10 tracks with 4 Spin That versions on it. Original, remix, reggaeton, and techno. No, it's definitely giving cover story. It's definitely giving this is not what actually is going on, and there's another story that they don't want to tell. Young Miami got that one song, and she's saying, fuck everybody, man, watch out. Y'all, these comments funny as fuck. She missed the tour for an album we may not listen to. No, for real, y'all, because the tour is money. The tour is money. Y'all in the music industry, you're not making money off sales of your music the way you making money off touring. So I don't know what the fuck going on. Y'all know whenever we don't know what's going on, it's like, it's Diddy. That nigga called and was like, yeah, that show you about to go on with that nigga, I don't like that. Cut that. Take that. Nigga said, I like Young Miami, but girl, ain't it nobody asked. They spelled it wrong, but ain't nobody asked for an album. They've been asking Riri. Girl, what that got to do with anything? Motion Party started the summer and Spin That kept it going. I don't know. This would have been great exposure for the album for real. I mean, it would have been. I also feel like maybe she feel like, what the fuck is she gonna perform besides, what was she gonna perform besides Spin It? I know she got some, you know, some of her own shit, but like most of the stuff people want to hear is JT and you, okay? JT and you, okay? Like most of your real good music is a city girl bop. So I wonder if it was like, yeah, I signed on to do a tour and realized I ain't have enough songs. I don't know what's going on, y'all. Oh my God. Now she know we not listening to that album. Why y'all like this? Y'all was going up for her against India Ari, but when she said I gotta work on my album, y'all was like, hold up, bitch. Wait a minute. Nah, don't get ahead of yourself. Oh my God. Nigga said the album better be good. She messing with her bag. You got one song. I'm tired. No way her team advised this would be a great move. That's so weird to sit up there and commit yourself to that man tour, then do it like that. You can't multitask or something. I can't. Just bad for business. Oh, Lord. Nah, y'all, because I was like, girl, what you mean you backed out the tour? Girl. That shit was funny. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. I guess we'll see. I like Megan on that remix to his song though, y'all. That shit go hard. Let's see what else is going on. Speaking of the diddler, Cassie's former friend DJ Webstar says she unfollowed him after he wrote a letter supporting Diddy. I still consider her my sister.
Close with Cassie. Cassie unfollowed me because this is the first time I'm saying this too. This is crazy. I wrote a character letter for Puff.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so I was close with. I was very close with Cassie. I got close with Cassie.
That's a hard situation to be in.
Yeah, because it's like I still consider her my sister. It's like I love her. You know what I'm saying? What they went through, they went through.
You don't love her. You don't love her. You may be fond of her. You may think she's beautiful and a cool person, but you don't love that lady.
I wasn't there for.
You cannot love me and write a character witness letter for.
No, you're wrong.
No, she's not wrong. She's not wrong. She's not wrong. And if you think that's what love is, you don't know the definition of love.
Wrong. I'm gonna tell you why.
If Kodak beats the shit out of me and you are my brother. And you love me, and you randomly write a fucking character letter for him.
You really could have shut the fuck
beating
up.
my ass.
Let me ask you a question.
Him with my rights and
Let me
lefts.
ask you a question.
Impressive rights and lefts.
What if I see you beat the shit
Not impressive rights and lefts.
out of him before, and nobody seen it?
What if I seen you beat the shit out of him before, but ain't nobody seen it? Are you fucking serious? And this is why one would say you don't love them. Because for you to act like you don't know what the fuck going on, do you know that sometimes women fight the men back that are beating them? But what we understand is that the fucking power dynamic in the relationship leans to the men's side. The fact that the infrastructure is in place for people to defend him no matter what, that's another reason why I don't like that y'all always trying, whenever we talk about a man being abusive and y'all reach for all of these other fucking things, it really, really bothers me. It really, really bothers me because you're really showing that the infrastructure to protect an abusive man is there. You're the infrastructure. You're a piece of infrastructure that knows the part you have to play when an abusive man is held accountable in some type of way. This asshole is going to go on to say that the reason why he gave the character letter is because he wasn't going to jail for beating Cassie. Yes, he was. Just because you don't understand how the RICO charge works, which also has all of those things involved in it, because the RICO charge is about you being at the helm, you having the power. A part of you having the power is you beating bitches up. It doesn't have to be so simple as for us to be like, oh, assault. No.
I have different views on women beating
No.
men.
Oh,
Come on.
Happy Men's Mental Health Month.
That was last month.
I was close with Cassie.
You don't even know what fucking month.
Cassie unfollowed me because.
And you know why we have different views? Because most of the time, men have the physical power to stop it. They have the physical power to stop it and they don't. Okay? A lot of the times. Not all the time. Because we've seen a big bitch swinging you little niggas around parking lots before. You know, I pray for y'all, okay? And putting your hands on anybody is not a good thing. Please understand me. But I also know what reactive abuse is. And I've also seen abusive relationships where the men are the ones that initiate the hitting and all of that. And then eventually, long term, these women start fighting back because they're always fighting. But at the end of the day, the person that's getting the most fucked up is always the woman.
This is the first time I'm saying this, too.
And I'm just talking about, you know, until she kill his ass, you know, I'm sorry. But that has also happened. I just feel like at the end of the day, yes, women are abusive. But I do feel like most of the time, men have the physical power to remove themselves. You know what I'm saying? They also have the physical power to stop women. Power that women in themselves don't have. Right? So I don't like when people do this thing where y'all bring up, and because that's what he did. We're not just going to hold Diddy accountable for what he's done. We're going to act like if you saw Cassie hit him 1 or 2 times, you're going to act like what we saw is not what we saw. Because the truth of the matter is, if they were both fighting each other in that video, we would have seen her fighting back. She didn't throw a lick at that nigga in that video. That's why I you know, and we've heard about at times that these men are so fucking mean and aggravating that the women will hit them. They will hit them. It doesn't mean that the men aren't using their power over the women to abuse them. That doesn't mean that. Sorry.
Crazy. I wrote a character letter for Puff.
I did not.
Back to Diddy and Cassie.
Okay.
I felt like what he was on trial for wasn't beating Cassie up. He was on trial for RICO. He didn't do no RICO stuff.
You don't know what RICO stuff is. Y'all, a lot of ignorant people came and said that shit, and that's because the only difference that they don't seem to understand is that when you take people over state lines to have illegal sex, paying for prostitution, traveling over state lines and paying for prostitution in a uniformity, like in a uniformed manner, having people a part of your business, planning out illegal acts for you, getting drugs, picking up drugs, buying drugs, bringing them, setting up the room, cleaning up the room, being quiet about abuses that are seen, being quiet about the drug use and all of that. All of that is an infrastructure of power. That's where the RICO charge comes from. Because you use your business enterprise for illegal purposes. That's usually the crux of a RICO. So when they say it's not a RICO, y'all sound like y'all heard that somewhere, and because somebody said it and it sounded good to you, you're just gonna keep saying it as if R. Kelly didn't go to jail for a RICO. And it's a very similar situation of having people travel across state lines to have sex, getting people that work for you to fly girls in to have sex with.
Remember, Justin and Christian is my little brother. You know what I'm saying? This is my. So it's like if I see you slap the shit out of somebody, but somebody charges you for murder, I'm gonna write you a character letter. Like, you didn't murder nobody. Now, if he was on trial for beating up Cassie, I would never wrote a character letter.
Okay. That's respectable.
No, it's not. It's not respectable. It's bullshit. Y'all really be letting these niggas get off with playing semantics and shit. This nigga is full of shit. At the end of the day, if a man could beat somebody the way that nigga beat her, that nigga is fucked up. And you just want to remain in his good graces like the rest of you dick-sucking ass niggas do. I don't give a fuck about your relationship with them little ass niggas that's probably going to be doing the same thing.
So it's like I wrote a character letter based on what he was charged with and what
And also, I don't want to hear from people that work for Diddy because a lot of the times y'all do the shit y'all do out of fear and also out of wanting to stay in proximity to him when he gets out of jail.
I know personally what he did and what he didn't do. But I feel like...
So now you don't know personally what he did and what he didn't do, but you was there for shit. Shut the fuck up. No, you're not safe. This is why you don't love nobody, because niggas like you will stand by and let all the fucked up shit happen and then claim you love somebody. No, you're afraid of that man. You want to be affiliated with that man. You don't care about his bad character traits. And so you do not love Cassie. Don't say that. You don't love her. The fuck? Y'all don't hold niggas accountable for shit, and then always want to be in comments on y'all don't hold women accountable. Life in this system holds women accountable. Life in this system will hold a woman accountable. A woman will be accountable for everybody else shit before y'all ever really hold her accountable for her own. Y'all have her accountable for a man shit before y'all ever have her accountable for her own shit. And that's just real. Like, it is what it is. And when we're talking about how what happened with Diddy and Cassie and Diddy and Kim and Diddy and probably Young Miami and Diddy and probably Jay Child, niggas don't change. You just ain't been with them long enough to figure it out. But niggas do not change, especially not people like that. Fuck out of here. Yeah, I ain't going for it. I'm sorry. I'm not going for it. Hang it up. Moving on. Lil Wayne. You guys, this was hilarious to me. Lil Wayne's former assistant says job required rolling blunts, loving dogs, and maintaining pleasant hygiene. Now, nigga. Do Wayne look like he always got pleasant hygiene? I don't know. Sometimes Wayne look like somebody that, yeah, you rich and all of that, but that don't mean you don't smell musty. You know what I mean? Don't you look like you be smelling musty? Whenever you see him somewhere with a guitar, and then the way you did your locks, look like you don't wash your hair a lot, then you smoke a lot of weed. So, like you look like you smell like musk and weed. And for some people, that's a magic combination. The hood girls love that shit. Them uptown bitches. I'm just playing, y'all. There's gonna be some uptown women in the comments mad at me, but y'all know y'all love a nigga that smell like must and weed. According to TMZ, Lil Wayne's former assistant, Andrew Williams, sounds like a white guy, detailed the job requirements while discussing his role in an ongoing legal dispute with a rapper stemming from an alleged incident aboard a private jet in 2022. Williams claims his duties extended far beyond a traditional assistant role. Of course it does. And included a list of highly specific expectations. Among the reported requirements, being able to roll blunts, keep pre-rolls stocked at all times, love dogs, and maintain what was described in the document as pleasant personal hygiene. Williams also alleged that the position required him to be available 24/7, keep his phone charged at all times, and travel with Wayne whenever necessary. So yeah, that sounds like what they do. But the more I recognize, people want slaves. They want to pay you, handsomely for it. But it's absolutely giving, it's absolutely giving, in jobs like this, it does feel like because these artists are allowed to be assholes, assistants can be a dumping ground. Somebody that you can talk to any kind of way, disrespect, mishandle, overwork, decide when and if you want to pay them what you agreed to pay them and all of that. So I don't run to not believe people when they come to the front about these celebrities and how they're being treated, because these people are egotistical and have, they feel like they're the bee's knees because they do whatever they do in a good way, right? They have a crowd, millions of people telling them that they're the best shit since sliced bread. That goes to niggas' heads. Means they treat people like shit. So yeah, I mean, I'm this is not surprising to me at all. The filing further claims assistants were expected to wake the rapper on schedule, handle errands and purchases, pack for trips, and ensure the day-to-day operation of Wayne's fast-paced lifestyle ran smoothly. Sounds like Wayne doesn't even wipe his own ass, okay? He doesn't even wipe his own ass. According to the documents, assistants were also required to remain discreet about personal matters and sign non-disclosure agreements. Of course, like you can't tell anybody when you've seen him, OD allegedly, or, talk to somebody fucked up or slap the fuck out of a girlfriend, somebody goes crying out of a room. Like, who knows what the fuck's going on? I don't know. Okay. But rock stars usually don't have good temper control. Okay. Wayne is a rock star. Okay. Williams' description of the role surfaced as part of his lawsuit against the New Orleans rap icon, in which he alleges Wayne assaulted him while aboard a private jet. What did I just say? Slapping people. After Williams attempted to intervene in a disagreement involving the pilot. Lil Wayne has denied the allegations and maintains that any actions he took were in self-defense. I don't believe you for a second, Wayne. It's given you wanted to, tell the pilot what to do, and the pilot like, nigga, we can't do that. And so you get upset, nigga, this is my plane, I tell you what to do. And then the pilot's like, actually, no, the people in the control tell me what to do, okay? That's how that work. I can't fly a plane based on you, nigga. I gotta fly a plane based on what the people tell me is going on in the skies. Okay, and so it feel like the assistant, being the person that's most responsible for this nigga, sees this is going down bad and tries to step in and intervene. Wait, Wayne, hold up, son. Wait. And you know what happens? Bitch. And then Bernard. Lawsuit. You can't just be smacking people. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't trust you celebrities to treat people with respect and kindness. Okay, I don't trust regular people to treat people with respect and kindness, okay? Based on what I'm seeing out here, a lot of y'all, a lot of y'all are rude, okay? You know what I mean? Might be a little cruel, all right? Might be a little mean, okay? Treat people like shit. It is absolutely giving Devil Wears Prada. Everybody acting like Miranda wasn't terrible and her having a fucked up home life mean that it's okay for her to be at the job treating people like shit. No, it's not, Miranda. No, it's not. He created Nicki and Drake. I can only imagine how bad he really is. Listen, and then he one of them niggas that'll go dead on you, right? Like, and I say this all the time because I've experienced it very often where people are unreachable because they've decided that you can't reach them right now. Try later. Okay? And when you can't reach somebody, when they get mad, they do whatever they want to do. They say whatever they want to say and will emotionally detach from it in a way that's so cold. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was saying about Wayne Gibbs. When I get mad, I make it your fault that I mistreated you. Right? I make it your fault that I mistreated you. And that's what, abusive personalities do, girl. They flip it on you. They project. That's what they do. That's unfortunate that y'all be letting that slide like that. That's so unfortunate. Anyway, let's move on because, oops, I did it again. All right, y'all. So, Lil Fizz and B2K seemingly say a woman can have unlimited bodies while discussing upcoming single mileage. I can change the oil real quick. Who are we to judge? Huh? What do you mean, who are we? I'm going to listen. Let's listen.
I want to double back to mileage. Is there a cap on the mileage? Like, is it unlimited mileage? Are we dialing it back when it comes to it?
I mean,
like,
when the mileage, at some point, that shit gonna break down. So, you know what I mean? I guess when it breaks down, it's done.
Hey, that's a good one. I'm sure a lot of people seen the movie Pretty Woman. Yo, Fizz, is it really a cap on the mileage?
The oil change real quick.
Oh my God.
It's a cap. I don't think it's a cap, man. Like I said, it's overall. So you can't just relate it to one thing. But there are some damaged people out there and haven't dealt with their trauma, right? So it's like, you know what I mean? Shit, all of these cars ain't everything.
Hey, at the end of the day, who are we to judge?
Right.
Facts. And that's the real story.
I want to.
And I appreciate that. It sounds like, okay, so here's the thing. I don't like the continuing to refer to women as cars and inanimate objects because a problem that men have is treating us like we're not human beings. Treating us like we're just things to be used for whatever they feel we are to be used for, and not seeing us as people with feelings and not giving a fuck. So I don't really like that. I feel like it's immature. These niggas are not 20, they're 40. And so I do feel like a level of maturation is needed. Okay? Very goofy, like young teenage nigga shit that's happening in this interview right here. But also this is them trying to have a veiled manosphere conversation, but that would be a mistake. It would be an absolute fucking mistake for a group of niggas who are in their 40s singing to stages of women who are also in their 40s to then talk about these women having a large body count. Because these men, not only are they superstars, like at some point in their lives, meaning that they had a lot of access to women, meaning they're whores, okay? But also they're 40. And so by this time, they have ran through the people. If they meet a woman and want to be with a woman their own fucking age, God, please, then she might have similar or less, but either way, your number is always going to be higher, so please shut the fuck up. This is why black men couldn't really have that mentality, because when I was growing up, black men were getting too much vagina to the point that you can't ask a woman how many people she's had sex with for real, because you've always had sex with like 10 more of whatever that woman's number is. In this time frame, because niggas is thirsty and in women's DMs, y'all have now decided that women are having sex with every nigga that slides into their DMs or some shit. Like, there's this thing where men feel like because you're attractive, every nigga that's attracted to you, oh my God, you can't be passing up on all of them. You got to be fucking a few. Like, no, actually no. That's not how we've been socialized. Most of us, I feel like, have not been socialized that way. It's not safe for us to move like that. Y'all think we move like that. And the girls that do move like that are the girls that somebody done usually already fucking violated, and we need to unpack whatever happened there. But regularly, it be y'all with the dick everywhere. That's why I can't stand men having conversations about body count, because men are usually whores. And also, you don't have any morality any other time unless you can judge a woman. Men have no morality whatsoever. Y'all have no virginity to care about. Like, there's nothing about y'all sexuality that is shameful. So it's weird how y'all always want to put shame on women and invoke this double standard. Like, I don't have the patience for that shit. That's why I tell y'all, get the STD testing and stop trying to judge people so that you can feel better about yourself. It's fucking weird. We're adults. We're adults. And no, how many people somebody fucked does not automatically mean that in the moment that you meet them, they're going to be fucking everybody they come into contact with and they're going to be a cheater. That doesn't automatically mean that. And the way people insinuate that if a person has a large body count. Also, I remember as a teenager when we used to have these conversations, or when not even a teenager, when I was in like my, like 18, 19, 20, having these conversations with other 21, 22, 23-year-old men. They would say shit to us like it didn't matter what we said our number was. They were going to assume it was more than what we said it was anyway. I don't know if everybody else had that experience, but when I was, just starting to have sex and all that as a young woman and did not have many men on my body, okay, at all, it was understood to me that when I said 2, a nigga was gonna think, okay, I gotta times that, so it's probably 4 or 6 or some shit. No, nigga, it's 2. It's 2. But you see how it didn't matter what I said. You were gonna believe what the fuck you wanted to believe anyway. So what I said is irrelevant, which is why you get the STD test, you make sure people don't have diseases, and you get the fuck out of my face with all of this other shit that y'all be talking about. And that's another thing. Don't tell them how many partners you've had. I was young, and so I felt like it was a mutual conversation we're having. And I'm also assuming that whatever my number is, yours is probably going to be more than mine. How many girls have you fucked? Come on. Especially when I became sexually active as an actual adult when it comes to men. As an actual adult. Not a child. An adult. And most of the men and a few of the women had already been having sex since they were either like preteens or teens. That's why nobody wasn't ever going to be like, get the fuck out of here. You ain't judging me for shit. The fuck? I look at a nigga so fucking dumb. Whatever happened, it ain't none of your motherfucking business. Fuck out of my face with that shit, man. You either gonna make sure I don't have an STD, but most of the time niggas don't even care about that. They don't even want to go get an STD test. And a lot of the women, y'all, they will decide their own health based on yours. They will have sex with you unprotected and wait to see if you got some shit to find out if they got some shit. So I don't like hearing these conversations from men, because in actually interacting with y'all don't give a fuck about the safety of your dick or morality. But you love to hit women upside the head with that shit, with this body count conversation. Get the fuck out of my face. And now lately I'm starting to hear a lot of women defending this body count thing. Girl, what's wrong with you? Stop defending this. The only reason you're defending it is because you have a small body count and you feel like that's something to be proud of. Let's not forget, when you're the good girl, the boys make you feel bad for being the good girl, and they use triangulation with the girls that everybody thinks is giving it up. So you like a boy, but the boy like the girl that want to have sex, so now you mad at the girl that want to have sex. That's what a lot of this feels like, but graduated into adult conversations online. That's what this be sounding like to me. Girl, when I tell you I be on Chantel and some of the other people's, because y'all know I love me a live debate, girl. And for some reason, the body count one is one that a lot of people like to argue about. And, you don't think it tells you something about somebody's character? No, I don't. Not necessarily, not alone. I'm going to always need that STD panel, bitch. I don't care how many people you tell me you fucked. I also don't believe people just because they say shit to me. So that would never be enough anyway. You telling me how many would never be enough. That would never be enough information for me anyway. The fuck? I just feel like we have to have grown adult conversations and stop with the shaming and guilting and the morality police bullshit. Please stop. Y'all really be letting these mind games that nigga played with y'all stick. It's odd. It's very, very odd. Ugh, y'all, hold up. We about to get into the next story. I'm live, babe. You heard me? Okay. Text me, nigga, text me. All right. So, next story. Oh, y'all, don't y'all hate when this happens? Niggas love shit like this, which is so crazy to me. But, let's get into it. Because I love talking about things for what they are instead of all of these hypotheticals that people like to throw into situations. So let's talk about a situation like this, okay? I've heard of this happening before. Neighbors, a man is going viral after sharing that he was voluntarily paying his child's mother $300 a week. He claims that after asking for a temporary reduction, $150 a week, while he got back on his feet financially, she filed for child support, and a court ultimately ordered him to pay $13 a month. Thoughts? I have thoughts. So these are the thoughts. A lot of women do this because the amount of money that they're getting isn't enough, and they may feel like, I can't give this nigga no breaks because he'll try to play with me, and I'm the one that's actually, paying for a lot of shit, right? Hold up. This is what he said. I won't read what he said. Was giving my BM $300 a week, hit a rough patch, and told her I need 2 to 3 months to get back on my feet and could only give her $150 a week. I have custody of my daughter 3 days out the week. I take her to school every day, pick her up. I pay for all of the daycare expenses. Her greedy ass wanted to put me on child support. Well, it's official. I just made my first adjusted document child support payment, 18 more years to go. And this is $13.49. So let's talk about the woman, because both of y'all are immature. But let's talk about the woman for a second. A lot of women act like they don't know how much these niggas make. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. A lot of y'all act like you don't know how much this nigga makes, right? You know the man, he lying. He wasn't doing all of that. He probably is lying. But let's just take it for face value first. Let's take it for face value. But I'm going to tell you, the fact that he even posted this online is meant to make the baby mama look bad, which makes me feel like you don't really care about the relationship with her, because you could have felt a way about this and not put it on social media. You could have had your feelings, but the fact that you decided to post this so that you could get further people to hate on her and call her dumb diddy and all of that, it shows I don't care about the feelings, emotions of my baby mama. I don't give a fuck about her. And, you know, my son might be, you know, my child might be, my daughter might be a little, you know, but so what? It mattered more to me to be petty and make sure that she knew how stupid she was, as if her having to not get even the money I was offering now isn't already a punishment, as if it's not hard to raise children. And I'm talking about financially and time-wise, when you only have your child 3 days out the week. Like, that is good and all of that, but that's not the majority of the time either, right? So just that within itself, immature and petty, and shows that you're really not good faith in this relationship anyway. But if we gonna act like you was being good faith, because to me, if you really were being responsible and good faith, you wouldn't have posted this shit online, period. But let's take it for face value. Y'all have got to really take for account how much them niggas make and how much their expenses are. She should have given him the time before she went to file on him. She should have given him I would have gave him the time. I'd have been like, okay, I'm going to give you like 6 months. And by the time we get to 6 months, if it's still like this, I'm going to go to the courts. So get it together, because I need help. Period. I do feel like sometimes women, you know, don't always want to be amicable with these niggas. And I feel like it's not even really all women's fault. There is, like, you know, I can see a level of maybe vindictiveness for sure. But I also feel like y'all put the brunt of responsibility on women and then get mad when they want more from you. You put most of the responsibility on them. And when they want more than a little bit that you're giving them, it's like, bitch, here's your punishment for wanting more. And I just kind of feel like $300 is not a lot of money. $150 is not a lot of money. So I also can't necessarily get mad at her for wanting more, because niggas lie. Niggas lie and say they ain't got it. A lot of times I imagine like a nigga will get a new girlfriend, start spending money on her, so now he don't have the money to give to you for the child. Niggas are like immature, petty, and you know, careless enough to do shit like that. But see, a nuanced approach would still not throw all of the blame on the woman. This is absolutely a rage baity ass post, right? Because men love to make women feel bad for wanting their help. Like, and he's saying this shit like that $300, you know, was a lot of money or something. I'm sorry. Let me read what he said. He said he was given a $300 $150. He asked $150 a week. I have custody, pick her up. I pay all of her daycare expenses. Her greedy, right? So you pay daycare expenses too. So yeah, I definitely would have gave the nigga. I would have gave him like 6 months to get his shit together. I would have. I wouldn't have been that hard on it. This is why, as a woman, you know, I always made sure to have my own. And I always make sure to have my own money, because if I had a child, I understand that I can't really depend on men to help. Even if they act like they're going to help, even if they say they're going to help, you always have to have it in the back of your mind that they may decide they don't want to help anymore. It might become too hard, because everybody says they can do some shit until it's actually time to do it. And then you realize how hard it is, and then you don't want to do it anymore. So yeah, I definitely feel like that might have been a rage bait post, but still, girl. So let's move on a bit. Let's move on a bit, Married to Medicine Los Angeles star Leah Jones says ex-husband tried to recruit neighbor to kill her. Why don't you just get married? Why don't you just get married? Why are y'all just not getting married? Bitch, because niggas ask your neighbor to kill you for them. Yo, I can't even remember who Leah was. She looked familiar. According to court documents obtained by TMZ, Jones claims a neighbor told her Diaz asked what it would cost to get rid of her, and that he mentioned being able to get a clean gun for the job. She alleges he is actively trying to find someone to carry it out. Jones also claims there's a history of abuse between the two, saying a restraining order was issued against Diaz 5 years ago after he allegedly struck her with a belt and dragged her by her hair. That is, and that his animosity towards her has escalated into obsession and control.
Man, come on.
This time around, the judge denied Jones' request for an emergency restraining order, ruling that the hearsay in her petition would need to be addressed at a formal hearing, now scheduled for August 5th. Why would you not give her an emergency restraining order anyway? It's an emergency restraining order. She already had one. Why would you not give her one just to make sure that she's safe? And when I mean safe, I mean that so if he come up on her and she have to defend herself, she's not legally liable because this person has already been abusive. This is an example, of course, not taking this shit seriously, right? There are so many stories. That's why I can't stand when people really be sitting up here acting like, you know, it's equal and men and women are having the same fucking experience with one another, because men are really able to beat the shit out of women, go to court, and the judge be like, I mean, I don't really feel like you in danger like that. You know what I'm saying? You're not really in danger like that. Jones also asked the court for permission to immediately sell a home. She says Diaz pressured her into signing over to him in exchange for access to their children, arguing the sale would clear property defaults and prevent foreclosure. That request was denied as well, though a separate hearing was set to address it. The filing is the latest chapter. Sorry, y'all. The latest chapter. I lost it in a contentious split. The couple's divorce was finalized in 2023, granting Diaz sole legal and physical custody while Jones received supervised visitation, though she sought a 50-50 custody arrangement earlier this year. Notable, Diaz previously obtained his own restraining order against Jones in 2022 after she allegedly threatened to kill him and later assaulted him. TMZ notes Jones says she's since completed a 52-week domestic violence course along with parenting, anger management, and therapy programs. Thank y'all. A lot of people, because they gave him custody, y'all will think that that means that the woman is the problem. But if she is telling the truth, this looks like another example of when men use the court system and custody of children as a way to abuse and stress women the fuck out. I'm very curious as to how, I mean, I wonder, did he have to go through any anger management, domestic violence courses? He allegedly struck her with a belt and dragged her by her hair, allegedly. So she got a restraining order on him. He had one on her. He gets custody of the kids. yeah, we missing something from this situation, obviously. So I'm not gonna, automatically assume. But I still feel like I don't understand why they couldn't give her the restraining order. I feel like they could have gave her the restraining order. Oh, girl. Courts always give men custody. Most men simply don't go to the hearing or give up custody. Exactly. But when they do, they get custody. When they have money and when they show up to get custody, they will get custody over the woman. Everybody forgets that a lot of the times the judges are on the men's side. And what I have noticed a lot is judges have the same feelings, especially male judges, and some women judges too. They will have the same feelings about women as these men do. And so given the opportunity, they will side with the man. I mean, it's very similar. It's very similar to the Alicia Big Tigger situation. And then it worked. It worked so well, in all honesty. Like, it's really crazy how people have decided that they want to defend Big Tigger because, especially when it comes to, the only reason y'all are acting like Big Tigger is not a problem is because y'all found out that this woman kidnapped her daughter. Yeah, I just kind of feel like, based on, I watched Queen Sheba's video. I got to finish watching it. But I heard her reading the court documents from what's going on right now. And it sounds like Big Tigger, the mama and the daddy, knew where the fuck the child was this entire time. So that means that this situation was being used in a retaliatory manner in order to make everybody feel like what Tigger was doing was not the problem and to make her out to be this terrible mother so that y'all would redirect all of y'all anger at her. She could have just gave him his phone back and all of that. Listen. That's why I work about, in my mind, it's about the behaviors. It's about what somebody is specifically doing. No, it's because we saw the video and it looked weird. I mean, you saw a video, but if you saw multiple videos of a man fighting with a woman, why would your mind tell you, oh, he's not abusive at all? Why would your mind tell you that? Because he didn't punch her on camera? Because he didn't slap her? You know what I mean? Like, they're fighting. They're physically warring with each other. That's still a problem, everybody. Let's come on now. Let's move on. She's acting weird in the video. To be clear, I don't know what y'all mean by acting weird in the video when the situation is like volatile, right? Like, I don't know how a person is supposed to act while, in these domestic violence situations when somebody is getting cheated on. I also heard that the reason why she was holding on to that phone is because to get the evidence. And I was just like, I mean, I don't feel like it's a big deal for a wife to pick up a husband's phone. Y'all talk about it like they strangers. I don't think it's a big deal. I can pick up my husband's phone at any time and look through it, and he would not like tackle me for it. Okay? Listen. And you're right. If he tackled me, I would know that there was something to hide, but y'all act like a bitch don't want to know exactly what you hiding. Like, no, sometimes a bitch want to know exactly what you hiding. And I think sometimes I think women are entitled to know what's going on in their marriages when their husbands are doing weird ass shit. Now, I still think the bitch crazy, y'all. And I'm going to tell y'all, there's a moment in the video, before we move on to this, there's a moment in the video, y'all, where she says something that reminds me of a crazy bitch that I know. Okay? So, y'all, two things can be true. Please don't misunderstand me. I think anybody that would marry Big Tigger is probably a crazy bitch, to be honest. But she said in a video when he was wrestling her in the video with the son, and she says, you doing this to me. If it was somebody else, you wouldn't be doing it to them. You only doing this to me because it's me. That shit right there that shit right there, I heard those words come out of somebody's mouth, and it is when somebody always wants to make every confrontation, you only do this type of stuff to me. Like, I'm not even about to, I can't even really explain to you why right now. But it was when she said that specific thing, it reminded me of a crazy bitch that I know. And I have heard her say that many a time. So I want y'all to understand, man, she flopped on that. Virgo girl, that's not the only video. That's not the only video. And she didn't flop. There are plastic and clothes on the floor. So when somebody is trying to grab you, the thing that you do is to drop weight so they will let you go. So that's what she was doing. She's letting her weight go, right? So that he'll have to let her body go. But because they're walking on clothes, she slipped. And it looks like it's her doing all of this extra shit. Okay? But, I'm just saying, this lady done already got hurt fighting with this man. There's more than one video. And in the other video from the other time that he was putting his hands on her, it wasn't like that. He started grabbing her, and she's like, stop, Tigger, get off of me, the same thing. And then the door is open, and it seemed as if he pushed her, because when she hit her head on that fucking door and she went down, it was not like he was like, oh shit. There was no stop. He was still like with her after she'd already hit her eye. And then the fact that the second video that y'all are talking about, which y'all feel like she's being weird in that video, like bitches that's being cheated on and fought with, yeah, y'all, they be weird. That it's kind of called for. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Okay, maybe it's just me. But yeah, no, it's two different videos, y'all. And I totally get where y'all coming from. And I promise y'all, I understand what y'all are seeing. Because I see it. We hear on it. You know what I'm saying? We hear on the fact that something ain't right. But Tigger, nigga, you feel like something even worse. You feel like something even worse. And the thing that's really coming out after everything, the main thing that's really coming out after everything that's should give everybody pause, and I had figured that out from jump, was that if something nefarious happened with that girl, he knew about it. So why are you acting like that absolves him? They said in them court documents, allegedly the Tigger might be out here fucking the girls, fucking the guys, fucking them all. And he married to a crazy lady. And y'all like, crazy lady, stop being crazy. Don't tell me I'm crazy. I might act crazy. I don't know. I just kind of feel like, if you really do not want to abuse somebody, if they hurt themselves, you should stop tussling with them. Shouldn't the phone have dropped by now? And what you trying to hide in that phone? What the fuck you trying to hide in that motherfucking phone? Y'all, it's something that happens all the time. It's something that happens all the time in their household. It's obvious. That's why I'm like, why y'all acting like this is just like a one, the shit that people were saying in them fucking comments, the way women was making we stand with Tigger post. I'm just like, oh my God, you hoes are weird. Y'all are so weird. You don't know these men. You don't know these men. You don't know these men, and you know that there's an issue with domestic violence and femicide rates. Why the fuck would you get on the internet as a woman to rally other women to be behind a man that is obviously not handling a situation the way a grown-ass man should be handling it? My God. Now let's get into Uncle Nearest and what's going on here, okay? Because we've talked about Fawn Weaver before. I had to come up here and defend Fawn Weaver because y'all was eating her ass up because, y'all felt like she was being mean to a weird nigga. Fuck these niggas, man. Anyway, Neighbors, do y'all remember the whiskey brand Uncle Nearest? Well, their CEO, Fawn Weaver, has been officially terminated as federal authorities are investigating the company. The documents show that records have been provided to both the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission and the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York as part of separate investigations into potential financial misconduct. The report also confirms that founder and former CEO Fawn Weaver and her husband, former CEO and co-founder Keith Weaver, have officially been terminated from the company. The latest developments come nearly a year after Uncle Nearest was placed into court-supervised receivership following a default on more than $100 million in debt to a lender Farm Credit Mid-America. $1 million loan. Was it $1 million? Yeah, I think it was $1 million loan. Court records have since revealed additional financial troubles, including unpaid federal taxes, disputes with creditors, and questions surrounding a $20 million loan tied to venture capital firm Marcy Penn. During court proceedings in February, Fawn Weaver acknowledged that the loan had initially been withheld from creditors, an issue that has become a central focus of the receivership proceedings. Although the Weavers lost operational control of the company when the receiver was appointed in August 2025, they remain employed as the restructuring process continued. Court-appointed receiver Philip Young said removing the couple from the company has reduced confusion amongst employees and vendors while improving the day-to-day operations. I don't know, y'all. I don't know, because where's the lawyer at? Where's the lawyer girl on TikTok? Where's the lawyer girl on TikTok? Because she talked about this. This law shit ain't my expertise now. I ain't gonna pretend. All right? We gonna find the lawyer lady because she explains things, okay? Where's the lawyer? Where's the lawyer lady? Wait, hold up. Not my Lauren, not my lawyer. Okay, hold up. Yes, was it the luncheon lawyer? I don't know if it was the luncheon lawyer. I don't think it was the luncheon lawyer. It's the other girl, huh? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to find which lawyer it was that I saw. Y'all know it's a few lawyer girls that I follow that do breakdowns. I'm not a lawyer, but that's her. Okay. Look, she's not even a lawyer, but she broke it down. Let's get to it.
Fawn Weaver and Keith Weaver, the co-founders of the whiskey brand Uncle Nearest.
This not the one. This the one.
There is a twist in this Uncle Nearest saga that you have to hear about.
Why is
and
it so
I'm not a
low?
lawyer, but take a seat so I can fill you in. Okay, so we know whiskey company Uncle Nearest was placed in a receivership back in August of 2025 because they owed about $100 million to a lending company called Farm Credit Mid-America. And so enter Philip Young Jr., the court-appointed receiver. Okay, now fast forward to this month, July of 2026. So we all know that the receiver, Philip Young Jr., fired the co-founders of the company, Fawn and Keith Weaver, effective June 1st, 2026. But now here we are a month later, and the receiver has now filed a countersuit against the lender, Farm Credit Mid-America. And the reason why is some tea. According to the countersuit, Uncle Nearest actually has 3 loans with Farm Credit Mid-America. They have a term loan, which you can think of like a mortgage. Farm Credit loaned Uncle Nearest a set amount of money, and they have a period of time or a term to pay that amount back. Then they also have a real estate line of credit, and you can think of this one like a loan that is backed by real estate. So in this particular case, Farm Credit used the worth of the Uncle Nearest distillery to determine how much they would loan Uncle Nearest. And then the third loan Uncle Nearest has with Farm Credit is a revolving loan in the amount of $35 million. And you can think of this revolving loan like a credit card. Farm Credit basically approved Uncle Nearest for a $35 million credit card, basically. Okay, now at the time these loans were put in place, a man named Michael Sinzowski was the chief financial officer of Uncle Nearest, and he was in charge of everything money related at the company. And child, he was scamming. According to the documents, between July of 2022, when the $35 million line of credit was first issued, and August of 2023, so that's about 13 months, Michael Senzaki submitted multiple falsified documents, including fake inventory documents saying Uncle Nearest had more barrels of whiskey than they actually had, all with the intention of getting farm credit to increase the $35 million line of credit. And that fake barrel inventory is key because that is what farm credit based the increase to the loan on. The more barrels farm credit believed Uncle Nearest had, the more money they were willing to lend them. And boy, did they lend. By August of 2023, farm credit had increased the $35 million revolving loan to $66,980,000 US dollars. And remember, I said this revolving loan is like a credit card. So Senzaki didn't just stop at increasing the limit. He submitted what is called drawdown requests, which is basically a formal way of saying, hey, lender, now that you've increased how much I have access to, send it to me. According to the documents, over those 13 months, Senzaki submitted 28 drawdown requests, which basically amounted to him submitting one every 2 weeks for a whole year. And after that year, the total amount of how much he drew down came up to $67 million. And it doesn't stop there. Michael Senzaki has apparently admitted in multiple interviews with private investigators that he did all of this. According to the receiver, Senzaki has admitted to signing Fawn Weaver's name on multiple corporate documents without her knowledge or consent. He's admitted to transferring some of her ownership interests, or in layman's terms, what we would call shares, to himself. He's also admitted to falsifying board meeting minutes to show that Fawn and Keith approved loans that they actually never approved. And finally, he's admitted to using the money that he was stealing, because surely you didn't think he used that $67 million on the company, to purchasing himself a house in Las Vegas, buying himself cars, and gambling. And again, that's not it. According to the receiver, while Senzaki was employed, he found some kind of loophole in the company's payment system. So apparently, Fawn and Keith Weaver would go into this payment system and approve payments be issued for certain vendors. But after they would approve it, Senzaki would allegedly go back into that system and change who the payment should go to and how much they were getting paid. Child, send him to jail now. And it was so bad that the receiver says when he first came on board and reviewed the records, they showed that the company owed about $345,000 to different vendors. But now that the receiver has been there for a while and has started combing through the records, the company really owes over $10 million to all the people they thought had been paid and never actually had. You know what? Forget jail. Just go beat his Okay, and now here's where we get to why Farm Credit is in all of this. And that's because the receiver says Farm Credit ignored so many warning signs that they allowed this fraud to continue much longer than it should have. According to the receiver, Farm Credit approved all 28 of those drawdown requests, even though every single one of them were signed by only one person, Michael Senzaki. He says they never picked up the phone to call Fawn Weaver. They never asked another executive at the company if these millions of dollars in requests were actually authorized by anyone other than Michael Senzaki. And the biggest red flag is that the receiver says Farm Credit Mid-America approved nearly $67 million in drawdowns without ever confirming with the company's CEO that she knew it was happening. More specifically, the receiver says, quote, one phone call or one email to Fawn Weaver at any point during those 13 months might have exposed this fraud. And the receiver highlights that any reasonable lender, especially one administering a loan that in total exceeds $100 million, should have confirmed the financial condition of the company they were loaning this much money to. He says they should have asked for their tax returns, they should have audited their financial statements, and they definitely should have required more than one person to sign off on the documents. But Farm Credit did none of that. Instead, they followed their company's written policy that says that drawdown requests can be funded within 24 hours of them being requested, and they do not require confirmation from any other officer at the company, including, in this case, the company's CEO and majority owner, Fawn Weaver. And the receiver goes on to say that he believes Farm Credit allowed all of this to happen because they were also making money. According to the documents, every time Senzaki made changes to this loan agreement, Farm Credit was able to make money through their change fees. So over the course of those 13 months, Farm Credit collected $400,000 just in fees, which, according to the receiver, gave them a direct financial incentive to ignore all the warning signs that were there and keep approving these requests. And then the last bit of information from this countersuit is, remember how I said Uncle Nearest had 3 loans with Farm Credit, and one of them was a real estate line of credit against the distillery? Well, the receiver says Farm Credit made this whole situation worse than it had to be because they chose to keep increasing the amount of the revolving loan instead of increasing the amount of the real estate line of credit. In layman's terms, the receiver says it would have made more sense for Farm Credit to loan against the distillery, because real estate generally increases in value, instead of increasing the loan that was backed by whiskey inventory that they were never even checking to make sure existed. And so when the whiskey inventory is finally checked and Farm Credit discovers that it wasn't worth nearly what they thought it was, Uncle Nearest ends up in default. However, had they loaned against the property, the receiver says Uncle Nearest wouldn't have ended up in technical default. And so for the role the receiver says Farm Credit has played in its own demise, he is now suing them for negligence. Child, what a mess. Also, Where the hell is Michael Senzaki? Somebody got to pull up to his house. Yo, there.
So I definitely wanted to bring that guy, that up to you guys' attention, because none of that, girl, none of that is in the blog post. None of that is in the blog post. No, but we do want to make this black lady look like she over there fucking up. And when you actually hear what Senzaki or whatever the fuck was doing, he was doing a lot of extremely underhanded shit that really would make this lady not, firing offense, but maybe it's something that they did in order to get everything, together, and then maybe she can get the company back eventually. But to me, yeah, somebody came in and stole from the people company. That's exactly what it is. And now they, as CEO, you accountable for this nigga coming in and stealing shit and playing with all of the paperwork and everything, playing with the apps and shit. Nigga was playing with the apps. It's crazy. But the way they posting it on social media, the fact that they don't even really put the husband, that's another thing. That's another thing, y'all. I have never seen the husband. I have only seen Fawn. And I don't know if, I don't know what that's about, but that's also problematic to me. Why are y'all only showing her? What's that about? And they've been doing that. And then there has been like this feeling, of us not, we're not supposed to like Fawn. That's what it feels like, y'all. Based on how the blogs talk about her, I do feel like we're not supposed to like her. And I don't know what that's about. Somebody said she was the only reason we were interested in this brand. This is becoming too common with black women founders, and I don't like this pattern. There must be something we can do to learn from this and stop this pattern. Imagine working this hard to build a brand with a historical backstory that made people want to support just to have it taken away from you. And it makes it seem as if, oh, look, it's just black people mismanaging money again. And that's not what was happening. And that's why it's so hard to hire help. Girl, it's so hard to hire help because you really do feel like people will come in, act like they gonna help, and steal shit from you. Speaking of coming in and stealing shit from you, girl, the brat says that she wants no money from Deb Eaton, but still feels betrayed over their boot camp concept.
Feelings were hurt, and I just felt betrayed, and I just left it all alone. So here's some of the clip of what she had to say after my show came out, and I said my truth, what happened to me.
I ain't stole nothing from nobody. I only give careers. I give you an opportunity to come out of the poverty, to come out of everything it is that you go through. I give those ideas to people. I give hope to the hopeless, period. So for her to say that I stole a show.
All that all that self-aggrandizing is very problematic for me.
He's wrong. They denied that show. That show was denied years ago. So why now come up? When I came up with Deb's House, I let Brad know. I didn't just do that to her. I love it. You know how bad this is piercing me? This hurts.
I don't recall anybody letting me know about any other show. I just know that we pitched a boot camp show to the network, WeTV. They decided they didn't want to do it. So when I reached out to the executive, my feelings were hurt and I just felt betrayed. Me and Deb want to talk to you about this idea we got, and he said she's pitching it today. I automatically felt betrayed. Like, a boot camp show to me is a boot camp show. She's saying that mine is different because I wanted mine to be on an army base. I did. We had a bunch of different ideas that didn't go into whatever show that she's got now. But there's so many things that are similar about what we discussed, my ideas and hers, in her show that she has now. But the only reason it can't, and I don't want nothing from her. I ain't trying to get no money. I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing. The only reason it came up is because when I was filming Brett and Judy, I was asked what other shows did I want to do, and I was like, well, I want to do my boot camp show. I'm still passionate about that. I still want to help people as I always have. She's not the only person that wants to pour into people. I am an artist who got blessed by Jermaine Dupri believing in me, and that feeling was amazing. And I've always, my whole career, wanted to give that to somebody else. And it was a post yesterday, and this is why I had to say something, because it's getting kind of malicious. And after I say this today on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, I'm done talking about it. They can talk and say whatever they want to say after this. It says, stop lying on me. You need clicks and views. Ma'am, I don't need clicks and views. Me and my wife pay for this out of our pocket, and it was an obscene amount of money that I'm not going to even discuss, but we own it. We can sell it. We can do whatever we want to do with it. It is ours. Nobody can take it. Nobody can do anything. And like I said before, all the money comes to us. And then there was one more little thing she said that was, to me, unnecessary. I'm on season 3 now. They're on the internet. We're on the internet because that's where we wanted to put the show. You can put it on any platform we wanted to put it on, but we chose to put it there because that's what we wanted to do. And it's doing very well. So I don't need clicks and views at all. And we love our fans. We appreciate our fans. And that's why we do this. Oh, it says, this is not Brett, not her. She know it's far from the same show we were going to do. I don't know that, or else I wouldn't have said that. Why? I have no reason to lie about mine. It was a post yesterday, and this is why I had to say something, because it's getting kind of malicious. And after I say this today on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, I'm done talking about it. They can talk and say whatever they want to say after this. It says, stop lying on me. You need clicks and views. Ma'am, I don't need clicks and views. Me and my wife pay for this out of our pocket, and it was an obscene amount of money that I'm not going to even discuss, but we own it. We can sell it. We can do whatever we want to do with it. It is ours. Nobody can take it. Nobody can do anything. And like I said before, all the money comes to us. And then there was one more little thing she said that was, to me, unnecessary. I'm on season 3 now. They're on the internet. We're on the internet because that's where we wanted to put the show. You can put it on any platform we wanted to put it on, but we chose to put it there because that's what we wanted to do. And it's doing very well. So I don't need clicks and views at all. And we love our fans. We appreciate our fans. And that's why we do this. Oh, it says, this is not Brett, not her. It was a post yesterday. And this is why I had to say something.
Okay, I wanted to make sure.
I didn't do none of that. I held my peace. You know what I'm saying? I kept it cute. I was like, you know what? I'm good. So all of this, Brad ain't no liar. Check my track record. Okay? And that's all I have to say about that. I'm not talking about it no more. I didn't do none of that.
We did have.
Yeah. I think we all believe Brett. Girl, I think we all believe Brett, Deb. Listen. And you know, to me, I feel like all of them little digs she was throwing is how you know this shit is true. In my opinion. All right, y'all. We got a little bit more show to do today, but we're gonna take a quick little break, okay? And y'all support the people. I need to do some more ads. I need to do some ads for Kiara LASHAE and Just Move supplements. I'm not gonna show y'all my titties right now, but this is a Peja Amari, I think. Yeah, I think this is a Peja Amari top that I still like the way. It was just very soft. I like big titty girls. Everything always be all constricting and shit. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, quick little break, and I'll be right back. Is it gonna start? I hope it starts. What's going on? My ad isn't playing. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. With the cuck. Oh. Hey, y'all. This is a get ready with me. Okay, just a little something before I get ready for one of my daily lives. So I just started growing my locks about 2 years ago now, and I color treated, and I do like a style here or there, and I really, really have noticed that my hair does the best when I keep it moisturized. And my regimen of spraying my hair with water and then following it up with Fab Hair International's Moisture Mist leave-in conditioning spray, girl. Listen, It's giving me everything that I need as far as the moisture on a daily basis is concerned. I've tried a lot of sprays and I really, really enjoy not only the way the spray bottle works, but also the way the hair feels moisturized after I've given it a spritz. There are so many great Fab Hair International products to try. And the Stimulate and Soothe Deep Cleansing Shampoo is one of my favorites. It actually gives your scalp a tingling sensation that makes it feel really, really clean. And then the Moisture Mask Deep Conditioning Mask is really amazing as well. Make my hair feel really, really moisturized after I had color treated it. The products are great and were created by a Black woman stylist who came from behind her chair to give her people the products she felt they really deserved. Fab Hair International is for all curls and coils, whatever your hair type. You can find something at Fab Hair International that will suit your specific needs. Right now, you can use my code BONDY15 to get 15% off of your purchase. Go to fabhairinternational.com, take their hair quiz, and find out which products will be perfect for your hair. Be a bougie traveler and shop fabhairinternational.com. Okay, I'm cute and I'm back. Okay. Okay, real quick, real fast. A little housewives right quick, can we? Y'all want to do a little housewives right quick? Y'all ready to put your gloves on? Okay. And in one corner, they are relentless. They are mean. And they love a pretty face. The Porsche fans, everybody. And on the other end, we don't know if they're Shamia's stans or fans. We don't even think that's a thing. We just think everybody kind of feels bad for Shamia. But they have their reasons. They feel strongly about them. They're not wrong. Well, give it up for Shamia's side. Child, this caused some paragraphs in my motherfucking Discord this morning. God damn. Oh, Lord. All right. Let's go.
When you've created your own brand and you are the face of the show, it's yours. A lot of people can look at it as share the spotlight. You know, this is your best friend. Why don't give her a little shine? But then you have to also take into account that, does this friend know how this go? And am I going to have to train you? And are you going to be in my shadow? And are you going to be
Am I going to have to train you? You can't take advice about any type of relationship with other women from a woman that was in competition with her mama. So sorry. Bitch, I'm so sorry. But if you was in competition with your mama, then of course you don't understand how to stand in your greatness and not need to dim anybody else's light in order for you to shine bright. You don't have to train somebody how to support you when Shamia was already supporting Portia. And it's crazy because the very thing that y'all don't like Shamia for is the thing y'all kind of wanted her to do. The argument here is that you didn't want Shamia to come on the show as a full-time housewife because y'all are friends and this ruins friendships. Bitch, please. Please, girl. If you a real friend, it ain't gonna ruin shit. And I think Shamia making everybody mad by being a lapdog for Portia, that shit she did that to prove that she wasn't gonna be a threat to her friend. And they really could do this together. And y'all, It's not preposterous for you to feel for her to be a full-time housewife and y'all still be like this. That's not preposterous, bitch. Y'all didn't have to be on opposing sides. Shamia didn't even want it that way. She was so on your side, she was wrong. She was so on your side, she was wrong. The very reason why motherfuckers can't stand Shamia right now and feel like she shouldn't be on the show is because she tried to prove that she knew how to be on Portia's side. Came out the gate swinging on Drew. Are you dating Dennis? Are you dating Dennis? Because I don't feel like that's what a friend would do. Okay, Gretchen, calm down. We remember, girl. But Lisa Ray always gives like, I have not healed from tussling with my mama.
In my way, basically, because I'm looking out for you now and not trying to make you a part of the shenanigans, even the shenanigans behind the scenes that will have us baited against each other. I don't want that to happen. Now I gotta do something different.
That's some pimp shit to make you think that treating you badly was for your own good. I had to treat you like shit, but I had to try to stop your shine, because if not, I would have had to tear you apart. That's what that's what Portia was telling Shamia. If you come on a show, I'm going to have to tear your ass up. And y'all are all like, that's reasonable. Bitches is like, it's her show. It's her show. It's not her show. It's not her show. It's not her show. Yeah, in a respect right now, yes, Portia is eating off of Bravo right now. Absolutely. But just like Nene and Kenya and Candy and anybody else, you can go. You can go. And the show will still show. Now, I wish they would bring Candy back, my dear God. We need some balancing acts in here, because I feel like it's too many birds. No disrespect, okay? But I feel like, Candy's a grounding force. It will force everybody else to be more neutral. People are doing what is easiest. The personalities that are on this show for some, when it comes to like Cynthia and Drew and Phaedra, it's very flighty, right? You can be pulled by whoever is pulling you the most. And I think that because Portia is doing the pulling, Cynthia, Drew, Angela easily just come over. But I think if Candy was there, it would offer something a little bit more grounded, and it will pull everybody back a little bit. Maybe it wouldn't have been a gang up that it was. I definitely think Cynthia would not have played this role this season if Candy were still there. You know what I'm saying? And I also feel like that's another aspect of this that I don't like that I'm hearing from the commentary, is that people think that Shamia really wants Portia's life. And I'm like, this is also Shamia's life. I want y'all to be really fucking for real. Shamia is like actually in these places for work. Shamia is friends with these people. Like, Shamia met Candy through Portia, but they are very close, and we see that they're still close. Like, Shamia is friends with a lot of the famous Atlanta girls, and all of these girls have been friends for like years and years and years. So I feel like the perspective that people are having on Shamia is a little off kilter to me, because it's as if y'all already haven't seen Shamia or how she moves with people. Like, y'all acting like we don't know Shamia just because she's only had a full peach for, a season and a half. But Shamia was already on this show, showing she knew how to be on the show and also support Portia. So that whole argument is really fucking stupid. It's really stupid. Portia knew that Shamia was going to be in her pocket. She knew that shit. This was about retaliating. This was about, I told you what I wanted you to do and you didn't do it. And so now I have to punish you. And it doesn't matter that, we're supposed to be real friends.
Different than what I was doing with the other women, because you're my friend. So now.
Shut up. Not bring Tamar on for. Tamar. Girl, that ain't gonna bring no balance at all. She gonna send us into a motherfucking tailspin. Bitch, I'm gonna be spinning around in my chair if Tamar ever come on these shows.
Gotta have more patience, more grace, more everything with you. And normally I wouldn't. So now I'm working a little harder because you on here. When I saw her on the show, I was shocked. I said, oh, but maybe she's making a cameo. And then I saw that she was actually one of the housewives. I said, oh, let me see how this works. But I'm not a fan of the show. So
You're not.
No, that when you've created your.
Tell me why.
Because I just don't like reality show that you baiting each other against each other, and now you making up narratives that's not true, and then you're falsifying information, and then you coming for me, and then you want to fight me, and you bringing up my personal business and all of that. I'm already a public figure, but normally people that are public figures, we know that. So we stay a little bit, from here, you know what I mean? I tell you what I want you to know. I'm not trying to kiss and tell. That happens back here in the bedroom, you know what I mean? I'm not, maybe I'm too old for that. Or maybe I'm just not.
You are. You're too old for that.
That playful, you know what I'm saying? I don't do that. But I just don't like, I'm for women. You know what I mean? And although I've said some things about some of my friends, it's like, why did you do that, girl? Whatever. And I mean what I said, However, you're not going to hear me talking and degrading a woman. And if I want to whoop her, then it's no way that I'm going to be on the show with you next week because I'm going to whoop you every time I see you. And then therefore it's not.
Well, that's immature as well. That's immature as well. It sounds like, you stay away from people out of lack of self-control, not out of maturity. And this is again with like this underlying, like, not I'm for women.
Not gonna be a show. I'm gonna be.
Tell me why.
Because I just don't like.
Yeah. Y'all know. One of them aunties you gotta love from afar. You know what I'm saying? She's still a good auntie, girl. But she one of them. I feel like you gotta love from afar. It ain't never gave for women, girl. It ain't never gave for a woman. It ain't never gave nothing like that. I don't know where you got that from. Oh, y'all, one of my favorite fucking TV dads died. Y'all don't know, I don't even talk about this type of shit. This makes me sad, y'all. I love me some Lester. I swear for God. But this a good long life. 91 years old. Marla Gibbs still kicking. But shout out to Lester. It makes sense that he would live long like that. It makes sense. That he gave I take good care of myself back in the day. That nigga was in shape. When I rewatched that fucking show, when I rewatched 2279, y'all, I be looking like, yeah. Lester looked like he was beating that shit up. I like Lester. Lester had that old nigga build that is muscle. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't really got no belly. It's a lot of chest, though. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Niggas that, okay? It's a big solid nigga. I love that shit. Speaking of big solid, wait, no what? We still on Housewives. Wait, let's go to Kelly. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I do know what's going on. I think that when you go through a divorce with a narcissistic man, and it's just based off, how they will tear your ass up in a courtroom, they will send you through there. They really will. And I feel bad for her. And I feel like every time they bring up her money issues, everybody acts like, it's her fault and it's her spending. And I do feel like there's some degree of that, but I think it's very hard to move from living a certain lifestyle for a long amount of time. You kind of want to figure out how to get the money that you need versus, really changing your lifestyle like that. And I also feel like this is just a fucked up situation. So let's read what they say. Kelly Potter is at risk of having her bank account seized after a lender won a massive default judgment against her. Jesus Christ. According to legal documents obtained by TMZ, ARF Financial sued Kelly and her restaurant Nana's Chicken and Waffles in 2025 when she failed to respond. A judge entered a judge default default judgment against her for $217,301, an amount that continues to climb with interest. The company is now subpoenaing banks in an effort to track down and seize funds from any accounts tied to Kelly. A representative for Kelly told TMZ this matter stems from a business loan that Kelly and her ex-husband, Mr. Farrell, obtained over 5 years ago. Wow. So it's given that he's not paying it, right? And so now she gets defaulted on it. Like, that's... I just feel like this is fucked up. It seemed like some fucked up shit going on. Right, default judgment. I hope they don't let this happen. Hold up. A judge entered a default judgment against her. She failed to respond. A representative for Kelly told TMZ this matter stems from a business loan that Kelly and her ex-husband, Mr. Farrell, obtained over 5 years ago while married, adding that the debt was already raised during their divorce, where Kelly argued her ex-husband, Mark Farrell, should be on the hook, a claim he has denied. Her rep maintained the matter would be rightfully resolved, noting Kelly has not yet been officially served with the new suit. Oh, girl. This is just so ridiculous. This is just, and I really do feel like this is not happening just because she's fucking up or something, and that's how it's framed. I feel like this is happening because of the husband. And this is another reason why when y'all be sitting up there talking that shit about, why isn't she married? Why aren't you getting married? Why aren't you getting married? Why don't you let that man help you? Girl. Child, let's move on. So, and another one. I don't know why this New Orleans people in the book of Revelation. Another one and another one. In the book of Revelation, for one to stand before another and say someone looks a fool, they should look at their company because they are the fools. Listen, words to live by. Shout out to Chev off the F. Okay. And Vakaridu. Are we surprised? Are we shocked? Anybody shocked? Anybody shocked? Anybody? Stefon Diggs is facing another lawsuit after a man who says he once worked closely with him accused a football player of falsely claiming he stole his Ferrari and then having friends assault him. Well, this sounds oddly similar to what happened with Chris Griffith. According to the lawsuit, Nigel King says he worked as a concierge and consultant for Diggs, helping manage the athlete's travel vehicles and other personal business. King claims he arranged for Diggs' Ferrari to be transported from Miami to New York in July 2024, but the luxury car was stolen by third parties during a transit. He says he was never arrested, charged, or named as a suspect in the theft. So y'all just assumed he did it? King alleges that despite that, Diggs began telling others in late 2024 that he had stolen the Ferrari, damaging his reputation and costing him clients. He also claims Diggs' associates confronted him multiple times, including an alleged incident at Tootsie's Cabaret in Florida in December 2025, where one of Diggs' friends allegedly punched him in the face, leaving him with permanent injuries. The lawsuit, which also names Diggs' brother Derez Diggs and 3 other men as defendants, was filed in Florida earlier this year. However, Diggs is now asking the court to pause the case, arguing it should not move forward until the remaining defendants have been officially served with the lawsuit. King's legal team is opposing that request. At this time, these allegations made in a civil lawsuit, and the claims have not been proven in court. So it hasn't been proven, so we don't know if it's a fact. But this is another person in another incident saying that they were accused of stealing and then jumped by Derez and his friends. I I don't know. I think that the neighborhood talk is messy as fuck for posting this picture with him with the eye patches on. I don't know what's going on, but this need to send your brother and goons after everybody, yeah, y'all know that's an issue, right? Y'all know that's a problem. You know that's something that people shouldn't do. I don't know. Everybody be acting like they don't know right from wrong and shit. That's wrong. You shouldn't do that. Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. If people be stealing from you like that, why do you never call the police? You are a famous football player. It would be nothing for you to call some fucking detective down there to your house, say this person stole this, and this, and they would probably have the person, you know, reprimanded or some shit like that, especially because you famous. Why handle things like a thug? Why handle things like a criminal if you're really not? That don't make no sense. It's giving he's the problem, Your Honor. He's the problem, Your Honor. That's what it's giving in a T. A bit of a T. Nigga said Offset somewhere having a field day. Nigga said his name been in more lawsuits than anything football related. It always amazes me how men achieve their dreams of becoming professional athletes, then do every and anything, allegedly, that can ruin it and stop the bag. That's because a person has to be taught self-control, morals. Like, people have to be taught these things. They have to be giving moments in life where things happen, where their parent takes them to the side and says, hey, when you did this, this is not right. When you said this, this is not right. This is the way it should be. People don't really do that with boys. And a lot of the times, the aggression y'all need for them to have in order to play these sports is almost like a scapegoat for correcting them, right? Y'all have to remember how football players are treated, how men are treated, right? And we're being honest, we know that these men are coddled because they're football players, because their mamas want them to go and make that money so that she can live in a nice house and get out whatever, situation that she don't want to be in no more, right? At this point, this is a stereotype that y'all put y'all sons in a sport that could have them with fucking brain damage so that y'all can become millionaires. And you don't teach them any real self-control. You also don't teach them to really be able to think for themselves all the way. Yes, they can make these terrible decisions all on their own. But there's a level of not being able to make their own decisions because somebody is always telling them what to do. Coaches are telling them what to do, scouts, whatever. But somebody's always telling them what they need to do, and then they execute that. But in real life, a person needs to know when to hold them, when to fold them, when to make certain decisions, when to act accordingly, when to not let their anger and their ego fuck up what they have going on. But they have to be able to think ahead. Those are things you have to teach children as they're growing up. And a lot of people, once them boys get into football, all y'all care about is how well they play football. So when you do that, that means that they don't care about consequences. They don't care about how anybody else feels. And they'll do whatever they want to do, and they won't think ahead that this could cause me issues because I'm used to getting out of situations. I'm a football player. I usually get to do whatever the fuck I want to do and get away with it. So I can do whatever I want to do. Like, this is what they're being taught the entire time they're growing up. And then they become these grown men with all this power and all of this money. And when they do this shit, it is literally because they're not being taught anything else but football. Ain't being taught no real moral compass, nothing. Literally being taught that as long as you play football well, you can literally do whatever the fuck you want to do. That's what they're being taught, girl. So that's where we're at with it. We'll see where that goes. All right, y'all. Let's take a little dip over to TikTok because, child, there is a story that I have come upon. And when I tell y'all this shit cray. This shit's cray. All right? let's get into it. This is from Chris Hayes TV. This is in East St. Louis.
Young teens now charged with hunting down and killing 5 family members here in East St. Louis, partly in the housing complex behind me. The suspects reportedly boyfriend, girlfriend, prohibited from living together by the targeted family members. The court record only names one suspect so far, 16-year-old J. Meyer Davis. Prosecutors say the 15-year-old girl is too young to name, but they are requesting her case to be moved to adult court. And these charges not only include murder, but also a charge of dismemberment. It accuses Davis of cutting off the thumb of the 74-year-old woman he killed. And though this court record does not yet list a reason, police report seeing criminals use dead people's fingers to access iPhones. 2 young teens now charged.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, y'all know it's not just the mamas. I'm sorry if I made it seem that way, but you know, I know that I don't remember them saying anything about a father when it came to him and the 3 boys. But I also feel like it is the mother a lot of the times that teaches them these things, like the morality of it all. And it's not only their responsibility, because men are going to do what the fuck they want to do once they get out into the world. Please don't misunderstand me, y'all.
From Instagram.
But I do feel like sometimes when people are hyper, you know, the parent that is there is hyper focused on the sport. And that's just what I assumed, child. That's what I meant when I said that, because I just assumed that, you know, no nigga was around. But yes, no, the community at large, like, it's a community issue, this sports thing with boys. Uncles and all of that, they absolutely push them into playing sports. Everybody's projecting their need to be a football star on these fucking kids. Everybody. Or the need to be with one. Hey, Scotty, love you too, babe. Okay, child, I'm sorry, I gotta get back into this story.
Instagram messages prosecutors say detailed a hunt for family members to a reported severed thumb kept in a car center console. The court record says it all started at this housing complex. Prosecutors say the first murder was between July 5th and July 7th here at Samuel Gomper's homes. Cherie May was the first killed, found in a storage tote behind a dumpster. Prosecutors say Cherie's son and mother then came to find out why they weren't hearing from her. That's when Devin May reportedly walked in, surprised the teen lovers, and was shot and killed. Prosecutors say the 15-year-old girl then went to get Grandma, Patricia May, who was waiting in a car outside and was lured inside so that J. Meyer Davis could jump out of a closet and shoot her. Prosecutors say Davis admitted cutting off Grandma's thumb and using it to access her iPhone to steal money. An Illinois State Police rep spoke out at a news conference after the hearing.
This was tragic for both families. This is something that you don't normally deal with and see in this community.
Dr. Anita Bazil is ISP's high-risk communities public safety coordinator who spoke out surrounded by community leaders.
This is not a time for blame. We have to heal. This is tragic for our community. As a native of East St. Louis, I know we can do it. Maybe we can learn from this.
The level of alleged premeditation included Instagram messages read in court. Prosecutors said J. Meyer Davis wrote his girlfriend about shooting and stabbing a cousin, and that the teen girl answered, "I can do that. I love blood," and then also messaged, "Babe, I'm finna lose my whole family for you." Prosecutors say 4 family members were then shot at Jones Park. 2 died and 2 survived, including the 15-year-old girl's mother, and who police say owned the gun that had been stolen to commit the murders. It came out in court that Mom reported her stolen gun to East St. Louis police, along with details of Instagram messages she said she saw between the 2 teen lovers, listing family members they intended to kill. Davis's defense said the truth will come out in trial, calling the killing self-defense and saying his client was hunted rather than being the hunter.
The text messages, the Instagram messages, those are just so chilling. And you saw the defendant, the 16-year-old, in the courtroom. How did he look? How did he appear?
Much younger than 16.
Huh.
And stared straight ahead for a lot of the time, but I saw him raise his eyebrows when the prosecution said he came clean. I saw him glare out the corner of his eye when the prosecution was talking about that severed thumb. From Instagram. Two young teens from Instagram. Prosecutors now acknowledge two teens. Ty, we just left a hearing in St. Clair County. We're now in East St. Louis awaiting a news conference in which they're going to help people cope with this tragedy. Jay Meyer Davis, 16 years old, was in court in which he learned he will remain locked up pending trial. This was after the prosecutor talked about details of these murders that were nothing short of horrifying. According to the prosecution, ISP caught up with Davis, who first claimed self-defense and then allegedly, quote, came clean. At this point,
I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm about to sound fucked up. Y'all, please forgive me. Please forgive me. But anytime I see somebody living in apartments like this, I don't think they being raised right. I don't know why. I don't know why, y'all. You know why? Because poverty is very psychologically harmful. And apartments that look like this be very like poverty stricken, which means a lot of cruelty is going on, right? A lot of hardened people live there. Okay. When I saw them apartments, I was just like, yeah, this is giving, you know, what y'all do to them kids. I'm sorry, y'all. This is what I read because I was like, I wanted to know. I looked it up because I do hear often about this in teenagers. Because I know, I feel like instances like this are used as a reason to abuse children. I'm gonna say it again. I feel like instances when y'all have, you know, either birthed or created little demon children, those children are used as an example for why it's okay to abuse children. But I feel like abusing the children early on is how you get these types of people. But this is what the Google said. Because I asked, do teens who kill their families regret it? Because a lot of teens go to jail for killing their families. Okay, this happens. Okay. And this is what the AI overview girl says. So take it with a, you know, grain of salt. Some of the sources are University of South Florida. Okay. Some YouTube shit. So take it with a grain of salt. But this is what they said. Okay. Yes. Many teens who kill their family do express deep regret, though feelings vary by the crime's motive. Experts categorize teen family violence into specific groups, each with different reactions after the event. One reaction is the severely abused teen. Teens who kill after years of severe physical or emotional abuse often feel overwhelming remorse. Experts view this as a desperate, trapped response to end suffering rather than a malicious act. Once safe from the abuse, many feel intense guilt. I do not think that this is that. This is the next one. Rage-driven teens. Some teens kill in a fit of extreme anger. This often happens when parents set firm rules for a teen who lacks coping skills. These teens may feel instant regret once they calm down and face the reality of what they did. That is what I think this situation is. That's what I think this situation is. And the reason why I say that is because I don't think people give enough credence to the fact that the hormones and brain not being fully formed and people not raising them with a certain level of coping skills. Yeah. You know, anytime a parent gets mad, they cuss, they hit, do something violent, that creates the personality of a child that thinks that violence is a response to not being able to cope with getting their way. I'm just saying. And then this is the last one. Psychopathic offenders. A very small number of teens have mental conditions that prevent them from feeling empathy or remorse. These teens usually kill for personal gain, such as money or freedom, and rarely, if ever, show true regret. I feel like this is also an option. So it's either rage-driven or psychopathic. The I love blood shit made me feel psychopathic. Overall, because adolescent brains are still growing, many young killers lack impulse control in high stress moments. As they mature in prison, many express profound sorrow for destroying their family. I just, I wanted to lend some type of like actual, something educational to that. Because my God, the fuck is going on in the world? I mean, I know what's going on in the world. Babylon, I tell you. I personally think not teaching kids emotional regulation through a loving and safe environment is a form of abuse. So do I. So do I. And I remember what it was like when I was a teenager. Y'all, emotions were very overwhelming. I don't know if a lot of y'all remember what it, and I'm not excusing what they did, y'all. Please don't misunderstand me. I'm not excusing that shit. That's crazy. But I'm just, remembering myself, how my emotions would like take control of my body back then in a way of, you know what I'm saying? Like, it would just feel very overpowering. And I'm just saying that as a reflection of brain not being fully formed and hormones being as they are when you are that age. Okay? That's unfortunate. But I do wonder what the fuck is going on. What's really hood? What's really going on? You right though. Environment and structure, lack of education, but they wanted to live together, and because the family said no, he stole the mama's gun. Yeah. The boyfriend stole the mom's gun. They didn't want to let them stay with any, like they kept asking those family members that they killed if they could stay with them. And every time the family member would say no, they'd kill him. And then when the other people came in, surprised them, they killed them too. I think in all they killed 7 people. Yes, and that's another thing. The abuse to children over time that y'all think is working, it builds resentment. You think that you've been teaching them to be, docile. You think you've been beating them and now they're going to listen to you. And then one day, I mean, that's also a possibility. It's also, I don't know. We don't know for sure. That lady could have been a great mom and under circumstances of poverty. And a bitch could have been slightly slow, right? So not really knowing how to control the emotions of, no, you can't do this. Or, why are you killing everybody? Go get your own fucking apartment. Y'all stealing guns. Go steal something to get an apartment with, bitch. Go steal a job. The fuck? But they real young, right? 16 and 15. And they said 16-year-old look 13. I said, I know that's some. Where are the fucking parents? Where his parents at? I'm telling y'all right now. Very much environmental stressors. Very much environmental. 7 shot, 5 died. Okay, thank you for the correction, Nicole. My bad, y'all. 7 shot, 5 died. That's crazy. You are teaching them aggression and how to respond in aggression. Yeah, people really don't get that when we talk about hitting kids. Like, listen, when we talk about hitting kids and how that does not make them less violent, that does not correct them. If anything, it just puts the anger you feel into them. And over time, it's going to build up. And eventually, they're going to be a teenager cursing your ass the fuck out. Perfect segue. Sometimes, sometimes you can just, hate your parent and just take their name off your name. You ain't got to, like, kill them and stuff. It would be preferable for you to go no contact like the Pitt kids have. But again, poverty. Okay? Y'all, let's get into this story. Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's adult children, Zahara and Maddox, take out newspaper ads to officially drop Pitt from last name. Well, that feels petty. I enjoy that type of shit. Zahara and Maddox Jolie Pitt have taken a formal step toward legally shedding their father Brad Pitt's surname, each publishing a legal notice in the Los Angeles Daily Journal as required. Oh, you got to do that. under California law for a name change. According to court records reviewed by Page 6, 21-year-old Zahara's notice appeared weekly from June 16th through July 7th, while 24-year-old Maddox's ran on a similar schedule between June 10th and July 1st. The public notices give anyone who wants to contest the change a chance to file a written objection before a judge weighs in. Now, why the fuck would you want to give somebody an opportunity to object to me changing my name? That sounds like a way to let men have power over people. That you know, it feel like that's what it started out as. Like, no, you can't just be changing your name, bitch. I'm coming down to the courthouse to argue with you about this. The fuck? Zahara's case is now set for a September 28 hearing where a judge could grant her request to be renamed simply Zahara Jolie. Assuming no objections surface, the move builds on steps she's already taken informally. As reported, she skipped her father's name entirely at her May graduation from Spelman, making the stage as Zahara Marley Jolie. They said that nigga ain't shit. Y'all don't want to believe people. Like it's impossible for a rich white man who was one of the most successful actors of his time to be an asshole. Girl, I don't understand. To me, these things are just, you know, I don't carry any feeling about it. Like it is what it is, you know? People just tend to act a certain way when they have certain powers at their fingertips, and men in general are not strong enough to be good people when given all of this power over other people. They're just, you know, a lot of times they're just not, sweets. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? So, you know, when somebody like Brad Pitt, that's a lot of power to have. People love you no matter where you go, everywhere you go, because you had an extremely great career. And also you were extremely attractive at one point. Now you're just kind of like that gross, drunk old man that, you know, used to be fine when he was young. But now, like, get away from me. Yuck. You could smell it coming out of his pores when he gets close to you. You know what I'm saying? Here's some of the comments. I'm not excusing his behavior because I don't know what he did, but I think it's strange how Angelina doesn't have a relationship with her own father and now her kids don't have a relationship with theirs. You think that's you think that's strange? Well, I really want to get a whiteboard. Did I tell y'all I really want to get a whiteboard so I can start writing shit on a whiteboard, because I feel like if I had a visual up here to explain, it would be so much better for everybody. But let me explain. Angelina Jolie's daddy is also famous white man actor. Brad Pitt, famous white man actor. Do you know who's normally assholes? Rich, powerful white men. Automatically. Yes, honey. Automatically. You are a rich, straight, white man with fame. You're an asshole. And you have to prove otherwise. You're an asshole. Or you have to prove otherwise. So I never understand how it's confusing for you to determine that niggas ain't shit. Is it hard to understand that your daddy wasn't there and then you went and had a baby with a nigga and then he left too? Is that hard for us to understand, that there are generations of niggas that get to do whatever the fuck they want to do, and one of the things they love to do is be an asshole to their wives and children? That's like a thing. No, the dads are very, like, this is not just asshole shit. These niggas really are, like, really fucked up. Like, they are physically abusive. John Voight is a nut. Do you hear me? When I remember John Voight in Anaconda, that's who I think he is. Brad absolutely has pretty privilege, y'all. And Brad did the things that bad people do to make themselves look good to people. You know, you be charitable. You do, you know, you see blood on the streets, you buy property. Build it badly and then sell it to the broke people. Yeah, that's what you do. They want him to react so bad, but they're not getting it from him, which pisses them off even more. Laugh emoji, laugh emoji, laugh emoji. All you have to do is drop the name and change it legally and move on. Obviously did not read the post that says you have to do that. Didn't read it. Just wanna be on the man's side, wanna be against the woman and children. Gotta be against the women and children, girl. You're a woman. You gotta be against the women and the children. Child, if I was Brad at this point, I would just go on and make a whole brand new set of kids. Oh, good. So he can abuse a whole new set of kids. Well, that sounds great. That sounds like the smart thing to do. Don't get any help. Like, don't go to therapy. No. Go have more children and abuse them too. Make sure you add more fucked up people to the bunch. We need more sociopaths in our society. Okay? And that's what, for God, if it wasn't for Angelina, them children would be crazy as a Bessie bug. Having to publish this legal notice in the paper is wild in 2026. Many cities don't even have local papers anymore. My mom had to do this to change my last name. I don't know if every state makes you do it, but if dad doesn't respond to the notice, you got to take an ad out in the paper to see if the dad can test the change. If he doesn't, they'll grant you the change. This is the amount of effort that the courts put in to give a man an option over some shit that really should, you know what I mean? Like, bitch, I want to change my name. I'm grown. The fuck she got to ask this nigga for? Somebody put it in the comments. A court filing Tuesday from Brad Pitt alleges this is not from Tuesday. This is a copy of the story from Why the Children Don't Like Him. Okay. A court filing Tuesday from Angelina Jolie alleges that on the 2016 flight, Brad Pitt grabbed her by the head and shook her, then choked one of their children and struck another when they tried to defend her. The descriptions of abuse on the private flight came in a cross complaint Jolie filed in the couple's dispute over a French home and winery they co-owned that is separate from their ongoing divorce, which she sought soon after. A representative for Pitt, who is not authorized to speak publicly, strongly denied Jolie's allegations and called them another rehash that only harms the family. The allegations of abuse on the plane first became public shortly after the flight, but reports were initially vague and details were kept sealed in divorce documents and investigations by the FBI and Los Angeles County Department of Children and Family Services, both of which found that no action against Pitt was necessary. Now, if you think about it, right? You remember when I said that when people are like white and rich and like famous and they have like penises and people like really, really like them, from like that one movie in 1993 when he had long hair, right? Remember that? Oh my God. That will have them as FBI agents getting evidence that something is wrong and being like, there's nothing to see here. We don't need to do anything. We don't need to do anything at all. I think him being abusive has been one of Hollywood's best kept secrets, because him doing this shit on this plane, it was a whole bunch of other shit. Them children changing their names. I know y'all are seeing that as, oh, they're just hating their dad and their mom is making them. No. Sometimes kids hate their dads because their dads hate them first. Okay? A judge gave Pitt 50-50 custody of the children after a closed-door trial in which the allegations were aired. But an appeals court subsequently disqualified the private judge for not disclosing possible conflicts of interest after a motion from Jolie nullifying the decision. More details of the allegations were revealed earlier this year when a Jolie lawsuit against the FBI over a Freedom of Information Act request was made public. The New York Times first reported the court filing. The filing says that on September 14, 2016, Jolie, Pitt, and their 6 children were traveling from a Los Angeles winery, bloggity, bloggity, blah. You can read the rest, Google it, find out. But basically, he put his hands on them people. Not just the woman, he put his hands on the children too. Oh, look at somebody dumbass comment. My mother always told me and my siblings whatever she had going on, it may not be dumb. Let me see. This just started off dumb to me. I'm sorry. Because don't nobody give a fuck about your mama telling you that her getting beat on ain't got nothing to do with you. As if abusing somebody's fucking mama isn't abusing them. Girl, I hate y'all. Anyway, my mother always told me and my siblings whatever she had going on with our father didn't have anything to do with us. She made sure we had a relationship with him, and when we became older, it was up to us to continue having a relationship with him. I say this because why does the kids have to let it be known to everyone they're dropping Pitt as their last name? Why not? They are grown. They are grown. Did you not read their ages? That's literally what it sounds like happened. He had 50-50 custody. Them kids don't want to be around him, and they're grown enough to make the decision for themselves. They're not children. They're 21 and 25. They shouldn't even have to do that shit, but apparently that's the law in the place that they reside. Whatever type of relationship Angelina had with Brad, don't push it off on the children. Do you hear how they're creating their own narrative? He put his hands on the children. He choked one of the kids, bitch. They not reading no comments. They just making up they own. You know it was Legends of the Falls. Y'all know I love that nigga in Legends of the Falls. But he ain't shit. And Angelina has always been my girl. And people, I guess, have this thing with Angelina Jolie where y'all try to act like, you know, we shouldn't believe anything she says. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that with y'all. Whatever that lady said, I believe her. Whatever that lady said, I believe her. I don't care. When I tell you they ain't no way I'm dropping Pitt in Hollywood. As if Angelina fucking Jolie isn't just as famous. That is insane. I think he choked Maddox. That is wild. My God, on today. Like, when I tell you the people are not okay, the community is not okay, y'all. They're not okay. They want everybody to be silent about abuse. They want you to just accept it. They don't want you to fight back in any capacity. They don't want you to acknowledge that it's fucked up. They want you to be quiet and just go along to get along. And I tell everybody, if you want to be abused, if you don't want to say anything, then you go ahead and do us a favor and shut what they call the fuck up. Don't be giving us your anecdotal stories about how your mama taught you to be okay with the abuse. The shit. Oh, y'all make me mad sometimes. Y'all make me mad. Y'all make me so mad. Because y'all really be like, you know, real life problematic fucked up shit. It's okay. It's not okay, bitch. It's not okay, bitch. It's not okay. Nigga said choking my mama is worth me changing my name. Even more so if my dad assaulted me. Exactly. His biological children don't mess with him. And there was somebody in the comments talking about them Angelina kids. She adopted them anyway. They have 2 biological children that also don't fuck with them. They don't fuck with him, you know. Look up the airplane incident. He is an awful person. He got drunk and put hands on all of them. Child, yeah, we just read it in the comments, child. We just read it. At least a portion of it. I don't, you know, I talked about it when it first happened. We ain't got to revisit the whole thing. Just know that man put his hands on them fucking kids and that lady on a plane. Choked, beat, all of this shit. People love doing crazy shit on private planes. Okay? Johnny Depp. Since it happened on a plane, there's an entire FBI report. He had them terrorized on that plane for hours. Put hands on her and one of the kids. Yes, Maddox was the one Brad assaulted on the plane. He is Angelina's first child before marriage. Yes. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's another thing. I'm like, it really be taking y'all a long time to recognize that y'all daddies ain't shit. I mean, I love the nigga, but I knew he was. I didn't know why everybody else was acting like the nigga wasn't crazy. I used to be looking around like, oh yeah, this nigga not crazy to y'all? That's interesting. You have a high tolerance for pain. Look at you. You should be so proud. Anyway, Girl, Tyler Perry and his pursed lips are back on my damn timeline. Tyler Perry is firing back at the man suing him for SA, accusing him of using legal pressure tactics after rejecting a multi-million-dollar settlement offer. In new court filings obtained by TMZ, Perry's legal team disputes accuser Mario Rodriguez's claim that Perry refused to sit for a deposition unless questions about his sexual orientation were off the table. Perry's side said he'd already agreed to be deposed and argues Rodriguez's underlying theory that being attracted to men makes someone more likely to assault a man amounts to a harmful stereotype rather than a legitimate legal argument. I mean, so I understand, like, when we get into like the legal ramifications of things, everybody likes to be very, like, you know, specific and all of that. But at the crux of you putting the moves on this man would be your attraction for said man, correct? But I understand just because I'm gay don't mean I assault people. Yeah, but you also are not honest about being gay, which could be another reason why you have taken this very grotesque, you know, way of handling your situation, right? Because the truth of the matter is Tyler Perry fills up his seats with homophobic people. And they might know what he is, but as long as he's willing to hide it for everybody, they're okay with it. That's always been the thing. You can be what you want to be, baby. Just hide it. Just hide it, okay? And remember the Lord. Hide it and remember the Lord. And that's what he does. He hides it and he remembers the Lord. So I feel like I understand, you know, where Tyler might be coming from with this, but I feel like that's just you playing up respectability politics and using it to your benefit. Not that it actually doesn't have anything to do with it. I think it does have something to do with it, to be fucking honest. Okay. But I you know, if that'll run in court, we'll see. According to the filing, the dispute escalated after Perry turned down a multi-million-dollar settlement proposal from Rodriguez, who then filed a motion seeking sanctions over the deposition standoff. Perry's team characterizes that move as an attempt to damage his reputation and force a payout rather than a genuine discovery dispute. In response, Perry is asking the court to sanction Rodriguez roughly $7,300 for what he calls an abuse of the discovery process. The underlying suit filed by Rodriguez for $77 million alleges the two met at a gym in 2015, after which Perry cast him in a film, later assaulted him during visits to his home, claims that include an alleged apology and a $5,000 payment following one incident. Perry denies all wrongdoing. His team has previously said Rodriguez continued reaching out for years after the alleged incidents, only raising the assault allegations once Perry stopped providing him financial support. And see, I would believe that everybody was just trying to hit up Tyler Perry for the money grab if he did not play that role of Madea and what Madea, I think, represents to me. And this could just be in my mind, but I feel like a lot of times people don't know the subconscious shit that they're doing. You don't know that you're showing us your hand in a way. And everybody can't read your hand, so they don't know what you're showing. Okay? But Medea's character, and I've mentioned this before, Medea's character reminds me of the aunt that molests children. She reminds me of the aunt that is too handsy and grabs people and does all of this weird shit when she get drunk and all of that. Medea's character very much kind of reminded me of that. along the way after the plays, and like the plays still had that moral compass situation in Medea's character sometimes, but it definitely had a turn of take your shirt off, let me touch you. You know what I mean? Also in the plays, Tyler Perry, people was already talking about the way Tyler Perry would have them men naked every time they came on stage for no reason. Naked and oiled up for dear God. Okay? And the women in bad wigs. It all gives messy Judy shit. You know what I'm saying? It definitely gives, you know what I'm saying? I got a little bit of a mean streak when it comes to the women. I put them in a terrible wig. Let them be abused on the shows and the movies and stuff. Get my little frustrations out on these bitches. It's just how I feel to me, y'all. That's probably not what Tyler's thinking. I'm probably reaching. But yeah, no, I feel like Tyler Perry is one of those people to where the things he's accused of kind of shows through in the way he creates his content. So it's kind of hard not to believe that it's true as far as I'm concerned. Like, and let's not forget, yes, that Boondocks episode where people was basically letting us know what the behind the scenes folks feel about Tyler, and is that he uses jobs, he uses opportunities to get close to men that he probably would want to date if he felt free enough to just be a gay man. But it feels like, based on who he is and where his bread is buttered, he may not do well if he would have publicly come out and say who he was. You know what I mean? So, and yeah, he sued for that Boondocks episode to not be aired. Yes. And they still aired it. They changed his name. But I also feel like there's a truth to the fact that when you are abusing people or taking advantage of them, sometimes they know that you're taking advantage of them, and as long as you're willing to pay for their silence, they'll stay silent. But then once you stop paying, then they go out and tell everybody and try to get a bigger deal since you don't want to pay anymore. And I kind of feel like I don't have a problem with that. The reason why I don't have a problem with that is because y'all are going around taking advantage of people and then getting mad at how they tried to take advantage of you right back. If you weren't doing this shit, you wouldn't get taken advantage of in this way. If you weren't allowing these very inappropriate, unprofessional situations to take place to where they're coming to your house and y'all are texting and all this weird shit, like you're having these interactions that leave the gate open for people to say, hey, y'all don't want to hear it, but it reminded me of the Michael Jackson situation where when he kept popping up with kids, especially back then, don't fast forward to now. Go back to that time, and people used to be like, hey, bruh, stop hanging around them fucking kids, bruh. Hey, bruh, stop hanging around them fucking kids. And it wasn't until he had his own kids that he really stopped having a little friend that was with him all the time. But in the 90s, there was always a little friend somewhere. There was always a little friend in a jacket too big, running right on the side of Michael Jackson. And everybody's like, hey, stop. Because a lot of people feel the same way about Michael Jackson. They believe that everybody that accused him lied and it was all a money grab. And it's like, so then it starts to become this thing where it's like, well, you know that people are doing this to you. So why are you continuing to give people access to you in this way if you know that they're doing this? And that's where I have to feel like, well, it's because you're actually doing it. That's why. That's why you would keep putting yourself in this situation, is because you don't have any self-control, because it comes from a place of sexual deviancy, which means that when you get that vibe, you don't have any self-control. And the power that you have insulates you enough to where you can get away with doing this shit enough, so it becomes a pattern of behavior for you. That's just me. That's just my opinion, girl. That's just how I start to see the people after a while. That's all. I know people be mad at me about that. I'm so very, very sorry. We're going to end with this. It's a nice long live. Thank y'all for being here. Who's coming? coming with us? Reset by Design Wellness. Who's coming with us? We're going to Mauritius. We're going to East Africa. I have always wanted to go to East Africa, y'all. I wanted to go to the Ivory Coast and all of that. And this is a very, similar, beach-like area. So I cannot wait to go. I don't know if y'all trying to come with us or not. But if you're trying to come with us in September to Mauritius, and you've seen how our trips be, girl. Our trips is cute. We have a great time. Do you hear me? Taisha been posting and, from old trips, and I be like, oh my God, girl. Listen. Y'all got to come on one of these trips, okay? My girls that got sense and emotional intelligence, okay? I know I be seeing y'all. I know y'all in here. Even those that don't comment. I know y'all in here, girl. Y'all the ones we want. Come on these trips. All right? Let's get into it, y'all. Ray J. Link down below in the description description box. Is this yearly? Yes. Every year we do a trip.
Have you dealt with a man intimately before? Because I think that people want to know.
I want to know. I want to know what turn
Take a sip.
you on.
No, I feel
Why does he have gloves on?
What a man mean though? Like,
why does he have on a
Intimately,
t-shirt and
intimately.
gloves?
Intimately.
I want to know.
These are crazy questions.
It is, right?
These are
And
loud.
you don't have to answer it.
No, I want to answer. I'm here to answer.
Okay.
I like to think about every question
Okay.
that's presented.
I love that.
And I like to answer properly.
Okay. Take
First
your
off,
time. Take your time.
shout out to the agency,
Okay.
first and foremost.
Can you explain to the people that don't know what is the agency?
The agency is an agency that focuses on LGBTQIA plus artists.
Love that.
And we have a crazy talented staff. Shout out to Rod, aka The Rod. Shout out to Dumpin' D. We got new artists coming in, Bussy Baby, Backshots, really good people. So you were going back to, you asked me.
Yes.
Backshots is really good people. Backshots. It's really good people. Girl. I need my joint and my sage for this shit. My God.
Have I ever
been
Eat
intimate?
all the herbs that the Lord gave.
Or kissed.
Or kissed?
Yeah, like
Kiss
made
is
out.
crazy.
Kissed is crazy. You know why? Because they'll fuck a nigga before they'll kiss him in the mouth. That's too romantic. That means I'm gay. Ew. No. But will I stick my dick in a nigga? Absolutely. What? Especially if I got the right drugs. What? If I got the right fanny pack on me, it's going down. This is why I assume.
Bro, you be saying some crazy shit though.
Let him answer.
Bro, I got like when it's verbal war.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. We all love Biggie Smalls.
Yeah, he said he'll suck on your mom.
He said a lot of shit. Dead Wrong is one of my favorites. Ooh, let me pull that shit up. Can I pull that shit up right quick before I get out of here? I love y'all, yeah. I hope you love me back. Cause I know I be upsetting y'all sometimes. Y'all be mad at me. Y'all leave and then y'all come back. Let's get the lyrics. Cause I have to say it accurately. It's literally one of the worst songs ever. Okay. Can I read it? I'm gonna read it for y'all. This is about to be fun. Okay. Yes, y'all. Yes to these questions about Ray J. Relax and take notes while I take totes of the marijuana smoke. Throw you in a choke. Gun smoke. Biggie Smalls for mayor. The rap slayer. The hooker layer. Motherfucker say a prayers. Hail Mary full of grace. Smack the bitch in the face. Take her Gucci bag and her North Face off her back. Jab her if she act funny with the money. Oh, you got me mistaken, honey. I don't want to rape ya. I just want the paper, the visa, capisha. I'm out like the vapors. Who's the one you call Mr. Macho, the head honcho? Swift fist like Camacho. I got so much style, I should be down with the stylistics. Makeup to break up. Niggas need to wake up. Smell the Indonesia. Beat you to a seizure. Beat you to a seizure. Then fuck your moms. Hit the skins to amnesia. So fuck you until you forgot that I fuck you. Hello. That sounds like drugging bitches. She don't remember shit. Just the 2 hits. Her hitting the floor and me hitting the clit. Why are you hitting it? Why are you hitting it? Because you niggas always act like y'all don't know where shit go. Sucking on the tits. Had the hooker begging for the dick. What? This how you know? Because it sounds like a violent assault, but you drugged her. Because that's the only reason you would be sucking her titties. Is because you drugged her. And your moms ain't ugly, love. My dick got rock quick. This is a line about fucking your moms. Okay? I guess I was a combination of House of Pain and Bobby Brown. I was humping around and jumping around. Jacked her, then I asked her, who's the man? She said B.I.G. Then I bust in her E-Y-E. Yo, big, you're dead wrong. Let me ask you something. These days, doesn't it seem like a man could do that to a woman? Rob her, beat her ass, drug her, fuck her. And then apparently, even with all of that terrible shit that he did, she will then love him and say that he is the B.I.G. And then, in order to repay her for still buying into his delusions of grandeur after such abuses, he bust his sperm in her eye. And if you know anything about that, Biggie had a terrible diet. You definitely gave that girl pink eye. So you robbed her, you beat her, you raped her. You said it wasn't rape. Sounds like it was rape. You think because you drugged her and she was turned on that you didn't rape her. But sounds like you raped her. Okay? So that's what this whole thing was about. Let's move on. Also, the entire time this song is playing, your favorite Mr. Big, Sean Diddy Combs, is in the background, co-signing everything. Okay? The weak or the strong, who got it going on? You're dead wrong. The weak or the strong, who got it going on? You're dead wrong. So the idea is that the strong people are the ones that are acting like fucking psychopaths in this song. Do you see how our skewed reality started to take place? Verse 2, check the pain I inflict like a convict. The Fulton digger, jump in the Acura vigor. After I stick you, rip you like a razor. Straight up Henny with no chaser. Watch me erase you. Misplace you. Put you in the back with the derelicts. Yeah, I pop plenty shit. Chump, I'm making hits. No time for the crack rockin' shit. I don't have time to do crack with you, bro. I gotta go to work. Took it to another level. Now I'm getting crazy papes, getting paid from the devils. Another amateur trying to damage the pedigree of the BIGGIE. You know it's me. Hoes, I thought you know. I'm smooth as a baby's ass, smooth as Teddy Pendergrass. Smoke the grass, get in your ass. There was a lot of raps about like getting an ass, which makes me feel like y'all like to like anally assault people. I need this to stop. I don't know what this is about, but like you guys like wanting to like put women through painful sex is like a thing you guys like to do. I want y'all to get that together. My God, you niggas are crazy. The Brooklyn-born Teflon Don wrecking shop, getting props, proving nobody drops. Words as potent as the blunt-smoking Bed-Stuy bandit, and niggas just can't understand it. I bust a cap for the brothers in Nap Nap. Comstock, and Clinton. See, these are raps where we're starting to talk about our hood, where we come from, and how we will kill and go to jail for our homeboys. You know my shit is hitting. Yeah, y'all a fly nigga. Biggie Smalls, kicking flavor. Make a nigga want to dig up in their drawers. What? For the burner, catch a body. I got styles like karate. Jiu-jitsu, when I hit you, then I split you. Like a cantaloupe. I hope you got a rope to hang yourself. I rob for self from Brooklyn. Where else? Fat like a Lexus coupe. I ripped your troop. Not even Lois Lane could get the scoop. What you think, I'm stupid? My crew mad deep. I hope you niggas is asleep. Huh? Yo, Big, you're dead wrong. That's not even, that's not the, no. I don't know what that one was. That's not the one that I know. That's not the one I know. That must be the original one. Where's the one with Eminem? Because that's the one where he says he split it down the back and throw salt in the wound. Who you think you dealing with? Anybody step into my path is fucking feeling it. Oh, is that hard? Okay, wait, hold up. I have to get that one. Hold up. When I get dusted, I like to spread the blunt like mustard. Trust it. My hardcore reign lives you rusted. Move over, Lucifer. I'm more ruthless, huh? Leave you toothless. You'll kibitz. I'll flip it. Tears don't affect me. You can't cry, bitch. I don't have emotions. I'm a sociopath. I hit him with a tech G's. Disrespect me, my potency is deadly. I'm shooting babies. No ifs, ands, or maybes. And Diddy repeated that line. No ifs, ands, or maybes. It's literally one of the funniest things. It's a thing. Me and Lyric laugh about it all the time. But he did say, I'm shooting babies. I don't know why we have to write raps like that. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong with everybody. I don't know why that's a rap line. I don't know why we, like, there's no euphemism for shooting babies. A nigga said this shit because he was trying to find the most fucked up shit he can say. And that's where his imagination left him, shooting babies. Do y'all also know where this type of fucked up shit is done? Did y'all hear about that comedy thing? Like, in order to get a job in comedy on a grand scale, you have to do like a comedy riff where it's the most fucked up things, the most deplorable fucked up things you could think of. And the more fucked up it is, you'll get the job, you'll win and you'll get the job, or the agent or the manager or whatever. Y'all heard about that? Yeah, girl, that's what I heard. I forgot what it's called. Y'all. But basically comedians, and if you go look it up, like the dad from Full House did it. They said he did the best one. They said he did the best joke that was like the most fucked up things. And I'm saying, like, there's a ritual in this type of shit. Okay. Let me continue on. Again, I'm shooting babies. No ifs, ands, or maybes. Hit mummy in the tummy if the hooker plays a dummy. So now I'm punching pregnant hookers in the stomach. Slit the wrist of little sis after she sucked the dick. Okay, so now I'm going to go for your little sister. And after I finish assaulting her, I'm going to slit her wrist and make everybody think she killed herself. Okay. I stabbed her brother with the ice pick. Well, that's a lot. People were doing that a lot in the 90s. A lot of white movies with ice picks. Because he wanted me to fuck him from the back. But Smalls don't get down like that. This sounds like when somebody wants another man to suck their dick because that's some gay shit. And then the man is like, well, we can do something else besides me sucking your dick. And then you stab him because you have like real high insecurity about being gay, but you're having gay sex. And your community tells you that gay people don't matter. So it's okay for you to harm them or kill them if they make you feel uncomfortable when, your dick's in their mouth. Yeah, I stabbed her brother with the ice pick because he wanted me to fuck him from the back. But Smalls don't get down like that. Found your father hiding in a room. Fucked him with the broom. Wow. No, that's not a bit much. No. Slid him down the back and threw salt in the wound. Who you think you dealing with? Anybody step into my path is fucking feeling it. Hardcore. I got it sucked like a pussy. Stab you till you gushy. So please don't push me. It's one of my favorite lines. I'm also saying the reason why I know this song is because it's one of my favorite songs. Anyway, I'm a Gemini. We have the he's a Gemini. I get it, but whoa, I would have never thought to write this shit down on a piece of paper. Stab you till you gushy. So please don't push me. I'm using rubbers so they won't trace the semen. The black demon got the little hookers screaming. We're raping underage girls here. And we're doing it with condoms so we don't get caught. So we're also really, really violent, but we're always thinking about ways not to get caught. The black demon got the little hooker screaming because you know I love it young, fresh, and green. With no hair in between. Know what I mean? It's a song about fucking a kid. And then again, Diddy and him, the weak or the strong. Got it going on. You dead wrong. Yo, Big, you dead wrong. Because telling a nigga he dead wrong is an appropriate response to all of that. Let's see what Eminem said. I'm not just going to focus on black people. There's several different levels to devil worshiping, horses' heads, human sacrifices, cannibalism, candles and exorcism, animals having sex with them, camels, mammals, and rabbits. But I don't get into that. I kick the habit. I just beat you to death with weapons that eat you through the flesh. And I never eat you unless the fucking meat looks fresh. I got a lion in my pocket. I'm lying. I got a 9 in my pocket. And baby, I'm just dying to cock it. He's ready for war. I'm ready for war. I got machetes and swords for any faggot that said he was raw. My Uzi's heavy as yours. Yeah. You met me before. I just didn't have this larger arsenal of weapons before. Marshall, we step on the floor. I lay your head on the floor with your body spread on the bed spread. Red on the wall, red on the ceiling, red on the floor. Get a new whore, met on the second, wet on the third, then she's dead on the fourth. We're dead wrong. Listen, I said it was my song, okay? This specific version, right? But that's the song. And so what Eminem talked about here, devil worshiping, horses' heads, human sacrifices, cannibalism, candles and exorcism, animals, having sex with them, camels, mammals, and rabbits. But I don't get into that. I kicked the habit. So it sounds like you used to do it. Sounds like you used to do it. And let's not forget, finding out what we found out about these people, niggas is doing this shit. They lack creativity so much they resorted to raping about violence. And then everybody says so creative, punchlines and violence just delayed. I mean, I feel like this is very important because y'all think this type of shit don't have no bearing on people. And I'm like, I definitely feel like this music affected the niggas' mindsets towards women. It's obvious that this only perpetuated it. It's already happening on the street by this point, but this only perpetuates it. This only perpetuates it. I mean, are we surprised that some of the teenagers are acting the way? My God, on this good day, the niggas are listening to psychopaths music. Because these are some psychopathic niggas. And he said he don't do that no more. He just beat you to death with weapons that eat through the flesh. Well, that sounds terrible. And he'll never eat you unless, so he eats people. He's a lion in his pocket. He's lying. He's got a 9 in his pocket. It's a gun. Oh, okay. He's going to shoot somebody. He's ready for war. He's got machetes and he's homophobic. Yeah, it's given at some point, like, we're going to have to admit that all of you niggas with all of this aggression are deeply oppressing yourselves. And that's why. Like, just try to let some of that go. Like, go be yourself. Like, there's a lot of aggression going on. A lot of men pretending that they're straight, but seemingly liking to take frustrations out on people in sex, using sex as a weapon, and not in that really cute TLC way. No, not in that way. So let's go back here real quick and just finish this out, and then I'll get out of here, girl.
What did he say?
He said you look so good. I'm sucking your daddy's dick.
Oh, and the animals, just to, bring everybody's awareness to this. Yeah, that's what Hugh Hefner was accused of. Yeah, y'all. People are doing these things. People are doing these things.
Yeah.
That was that, but it was also fuck him in the ass, throw him over the bridge.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
So yes or no?
Niggas get wet like semen.
Have you been intimate sexually with a man in any capacity ever?
Here's why I take my time with this.
Okay, take it.
I'm dead.
No, I am. Have you dealt with
Child, I don't know if he ever answered the fucking question, but he ain't got to answer it. I think things happened to Ray J against his will at some point. I'm not even going to front on y'all. When I think about the stories that I've heard about Ray J from several different viewpoints, Ray J was doing whatever the fuck he wanted to do as a kid, hanging around a whole bunch of celebrities and thug-ass people back in the day. And so I feel like under those circumstances, it's not a hard stretch to think that somebody might have taken advantage of him at a very early age. Maybe of both sexes at some point. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the aggression that they have and the way they speak about it after the fact, I think that's also like a signifier of the fact that somebody has done this to them in a brutal way, which is why, I mean, you don't have to be this way, but it definitely feels like that's a part of this. Like somebody doing this to you in such a fucked up way is why you now use that as a weapon against other people. Ray is with the shit. Absolutely. Bestiality, you have no, why am I not surprised? Oh yeah. Somebody's little dog. I'm tired of men using trauma as a reason to become rapists. Most women were sexually traumatized. You don't see women raping men constantly. Oh no, I'm not using it as as an excuse at all, y'all. Not at all. But I think that it's important to acknowledge these things because what I remember happening growing up is that y'all convince men and boys that the things that happen to them are like not what they are, right? Like them having sex early on, things happening, like there's a lot of ignoring the things that happen to them when they're kids and just being focused on, is he gay? You know, so as long as he doesn't act a certain way, then it's fine. And I just kind of feel like, we got to have some of these conversations, girl. But I agree. It's not an excuse at all, but it's absolutely a reason for how we get here. And that's why I feel across the board, y'all, like across the board, I feel like a level of abuse is happening to children. Like the reason why we have our mentality about abusing children as a way of discipline, I think the people who are in charge, or even if you just go back to slavery, there is a theme of abusing children, thinking that that's okay, leading to children becoming adults that are like psychopaths and shit, or sociopaths, or have severe emotional problems, right? And people having severe emotional problems and being psychopaths and shit feeds into the system in a way that people are able to make money off of all of this trauma. The jailing system, you know what I'm saying? Hospital system, court system, right? The drug, like all of these different enterprises make money off of people having to go in and out of systems because of early on child abuse, largely brought on by systemic issues. And it's just exhausting. And it's not an excuse, but it's a reason to fix shit. It's a reason to fix shit because everybody has adopted this mentality that we don't need to fix anything. I even heard some man in a debate, women always want to fix shit. Oh, excuse the fuck out of me. It's crazy. No, it doesn't always create people pleasers. Y'all don't make this about me. You know what I'm saying? Don't make this about me. I'm just saying. Because sometimes, I am giving my opinion and all of that, but this is also like, history and shit. This is not just me personally. Grooming is grooming. Consequences are unavoidable in one way or another. Let me read my super chats. Let me get out of here. I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here today. White House Transit, thank you for the super chat. This is just a side note about what you said about Miranda earlier. That would be a real good, now that we're grown, on The Devil Wears Prada. It would be. I rewatched it. I might. Thank you for saying that. Reminds me. Just Nicole, thank you for the super chat, boo. I believe the Brett. Also love you, Bondi. Been sub since True Blood. Yes, I know. I recognize you. Thank you, love. I appreciate that. Ooh. When you came in the air, went out. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I love y'all. Have a good rest of y'all day. Peace out. See y'all tonight for Ooh Ladies First.